नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ 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 नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्।
Nityanandam, we welcome all the Paramashivoham participants to the first session of the day, Nityananda Yoga. Let us now get ready for the yoga practice. Open this session with the Sadguru Vandanam. Sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Join your hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of your heart center. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Visualize Swamiji and chant along.
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि.
Next, you will chant the Shiva Mula mantra, Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha, 11 times. Please follow along internally.
Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha. 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 Om Shivaya Namaha. Om Ham Hom 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 Shivaya Namaha.
Next, we will be performing the Tadvachavanam, the ritualistic cleansing. Now, take your udani, your spoon of water, and pour it into your right palm as you keep the right palm in the Gokarana Mudra in the shape of a cow's ear. Sip the water from the bottom of your palm each time the word Swadha is chanted. We are going to repeat this process twice.
Om Atmadattvam Shodayami Swada.
Take another udani of water.
Vidyadattvam Shodayami Swada.
One more udani of water.
Shivadattvam Shodayami Swada.
Now wash your right hand with the water from the Panchapatram. Wipe your lips twice with the bottom of your right thumb as you chant.
Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha.
Now wash your hand again. With index, middle and ring finger of the right hand touch above the upper and below the lower lip. Then wash your hand again. With index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril and your left nostril. With your ring finger and thumb joined together, touch your right eye, your left eye, your right ear, and your left ear. Wash your hand again. With your little finger and thumb joined together, touch your navel, your right chest, and your left chest. And with all the fingertips joined together, touch the crown of your left shoulder and your heart center. Wash your hand once more. Now clasp the right hand over the left and place both hands on the right thigh. Close your eyes and set your sankalpa, your conscious resolution, what you want to manifest in today's Nityananda Yoga session. Hold the visualization as we chant the sankalpa mantra.
Om Mamo Partha Samasta Dhuridakshe Dwara Bhagavat Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Priyatyartam Shri Nityanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nityanandeshwara Paramashiva Priyatyartam Cha Adya Purvokta Evam Guna Visheshena Vishishtayam Asyam Shubhaditao Purana Arogya Yukta Dhridagatriya Yogik Sharira Siddhyartam परमशिवशक्त्याविष्करणार्थं नित्यानन्दयोगाभ्यासं करिष्ये।
Now wash your hand once more.
ॐ अपौपस्पृश्य
And keep your Panchapatram and on your side, out of harm's way, so we can safely enter into the yoga practice. First, let us briefly cover the 12 components of Kailasa Nityananda Yoga, which is asana, the physical postures, aligning your body to Paramashiva, preparing yourself to hold the intense conscious energy, pranayama, infusing the prana into your system through various different breathing techniques, controlling inhalation, retention, and exhalation. Mudra, the energy circuits which you perform with your hands, your limbs, and various other parts of your body, sometimes even your tongue, which seal the prana into the system and align your energy channels, activating the non-mechanical parts of the brain and aligning your intra-organs, your energetic organs, to Paramashiva. Bandhas, the energy locks, align your internal organs to Paramashiva by contracting certain diaphragms and muscles, and intensely pump the kundalini up along the spine and prevent it from seeping down again. The bandhas we're going to perform are of three kinds. The Mula Bandha, the root lock, contracting the perineal floor and pulling it up. Ujjana Bandha, the abdominal lock, contracting your stomach muscles above and below the navel and pulling your stomach in and up towards your spine. And the Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock, tucking your chin to the chest and internally locking your throat muscles. If you perform all three bandhas at the same time, they make Mahamudra Bandha, to which you are going to refer multiple times throughout this sequence. Karana, the sacred dance postures and movements, gracefully moving your body in synchronicity, leads to intense awareness in your body as you align your physical movements to the cosmic movements. Karanas are 108. We're not going to perform all the karanas today, but we have a selected few throughout this asana sequence. Visualization. Visualizing certain animals, deities, and other living beings throughout the asana practice intensifies the manifestation of the asanas and aligns your thinking to Paramashiva, manifesting Mano Shakti, the power of thought. Japa, the internal repetition of mantras, awakens your Vishuddhi chakra and the power of Vak, which is the power of speech, as you align your speech to Paramashiva. We're going to project certain mantras on screen. Keep internally repeating those mantras as you visualize them rotating around your throat in a circular way. Our Acharya is going to chant the Sanskrit mantras, the words of Paramashiva himself, the Sanskrit instructions for all the asanas, providing the high energy space by chanting Mahadeva's words and giving the right context for the yoga practice. Weightlifting. As bodybuilding is a spiritual practice, as per the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, include weights into the yoga practice to intensify it. Keep some weights at the side of the mat. We are going to recommend certain asanas where you can hold the weights to intensify the asanas. Mandala, the geometric forms and figures, the lines and shapes representing certain gods and goddesses. You can see in the background of our acharyas, we are projecting the Shri Yantra, which is the representation of all the gods and goddesses. If you intensely gaze at the Shri Yantra, you mirror it into your inner space, and you map the macrocosmic energies into your microcosmos. So gaze at the Shri Yantra as much as possible. Abharana, the sacred Rudraksha jewelry, which acts as a spiritual battery, holding on to the spiritual energy for a long time and bit by bit giving it off to you as you are wearing it. So wear Rudraksha beads and keep your body in a high energy state. Finally, we have the component of Aushadam, the sacred alchemy science. Apply aushadas, the medicines, on your skin, and infuse prana into your system. With all those components, Kailasa Nityananda Yoga is a sure shot for spiritual awakening, infusing intense prana into the system and aligning all our body layers to Paramashiva. Let us now enter into this ritual of yoga with the first asana of the sequence, Sukhasana. Now sit in a cross-legged posture with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Keep your hands on the knees in Bindu Mudra, index fingers and thumbs together. As you visualize Lord Shiva in your inner space, breathe in Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply into your stomach. Hold your breath and visualize a flame being formed in your stomach and rising up your spine. Perform Mahamudra Bandha, all three bandhas. The root lock, the stomach lock, and the throat lock, all three together. And internally chant the japa Soham.
तत्सुखासनमित्युक्तं वशक्तस्तत्समाचरेतासनं विजितं येन जितं तेन जगत्त्रयम्.
Next up is Parvatasana. Now, place your feet onto opposite thighs and join your hands in Anjali Mudra, raising them up above your head. Keep your elbows straight and visualize yourself as Mount Kailash as you engage all three bandhas.
अथ वक्षे महादेव पर्वतासनमङ्गलं यत्कृत्वा शरीररूपी स्यात् षट्चक्रादिविलोपनम्.
Next up is Halipavasana. Now, join the soles of the feet together in front and slightly extend the feet away from the body. With the soles of the feet together, now interlock your fingers behind your back and lean forward and down. Place your forehead on the ground behind the heels and gaze to your nose as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform all the bandhas.
पूर्वविधियाहु मे जानो उभय पगतली संपुटिटानो पिष्टपचेदो कल्यावो दचन करसो वामघावो.
Next up is Nagipavasana. From the same posture, now extend your legs forward and place your hands flat on the mat and your forehead on the ground behind the heels. Gaze to your nose, engage all three bandhas and visualize yourself as a snake.
पूर्व विधि पर आगानैनी च होई कहू निपनास्यो लगाई हाथ आगाने धरती लगावे पसारी दो हाथ की अंजोली करे.
Now, hold on to the big toes in Prana Mudra with index and middle fingers. Extend your legs forward and up, keep your knees straight, and then cross your legs into Padmasana. Hold on to the big toes, lean forward onto your elbows as you engage all three bandhas and visualize yourself as a bird.
अतान्यदासनं भक्षे येन सिद्धोपवे नरः अकस्मात् वायुसञ्चारं कोकिलाख्यासनेन च.
Now stack your knees and ankles, hold onto opposite elbows, and start rotating your arms in a circular motion. Gaze to the tip of your nose, visualize Swamiji, and after some time, change the direction of the movement as you engage Mahamudra Bandha.
घोड़ा बाबा पाद की आँख माहिली सोई दचरण को वार लवता परिकल्प समोय.
Next up is Gajasana. Now place your hands flat on the mat, shoulder width apart, and raise your hips up high. Scoop your chest and head forward and down again and again. Engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha. And visualize yourself as an elephant.
नुज्जं पादाग्रे भूमौ कृत्वा लम्बीभूय मस्तकाग्रे निधाय निदम्बं मूर्धमुन्नमय्य नाभिलक्ष्यं भूमौ नासिकामानीय.
From the same posture, now press one heel into the ground and lift the other heel up. Alternate again and again on both sides. Visualize yourself as a bear and keep Uddiyana Bandha, the stomach lock, and Mula Bandha, the root lock, engaged.
एकं पादमाकुञ्च गजासनं कुर्यात् रिक्षासनं भवति.
Now stand tall. Stand on the tips of the big toes if you can, as you keep your hands in Hridaya Mudra, Index, middle, and ring fingers join together in front of the heart center. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and keep Jnanabandha and Mulabandha engaged in Vaishyasana.
केशेन पादयुगलं दत्त्वा तिष्ठेत तोमुखः तव ईशावक्षे यत्कृत्वा सत्यवान् भवेत्.
Next up is Urdhva Janukarana. Now stand in the Arimandi posture with the heels together, toes pointing outwards and your knees bent. Bring your hands to the chest and move one leg up along your body in a circular motion, following along with the respective hand, and repeat this movement on both sides again and again. We move on to Palalingasana. Now interlock your fingers from the outside in Sarva Shankari Mudra. Pull your knee up towards your chest and pull it close with your hands. Stand erect on the mat like a rod as you engage all three bandhas and visualize yourself holding a baby.
एकं जान उर्स्यालिङ्ग्या सातव्यं बाललिङ्गनं भवति.
Next up is Parapidanasana. Now take one foot behind towards your buttocks, pull it close with both the hands. As you engage all three bandhas, visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
स्थित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टे एतनं पृष्ठे संस्थाप्यत्वेन पादपीडनमासनम्.
Next up is Natarajasana. Now hold onto the sole of the foot from the inside and kick the leg back and up as you lean forward and down with the opposite hand extended forward and in Bindu Mudra. You can fix your gaze on a Drishti point, an external point for balance, which gives stability to the mind. Now visualize yourself as Lord Nataraja and perform the Mula Bandha in Natarajasana.
तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now stand on the other leg, pull the knee up and repeat Palalingasana on the other side.
एकं जान उर्स्यालिङ्ग्या सातव्यं बाललिङ्गनं भवति.
Pull the foot behind towards your buttocks. Repeat Parapidanasana on the other side.
स्थित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टे एतनं पृष्ठे संस्थाप्यत्वेन पादपीडनमासनम्.
Hold the sole of the foot, kick the leg back and up, and lean forward and down with the hand in Bindu Mudra, repeating Natarajasana on the other side.
तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Next up is Ardharishtakarana. Again, stand in Arimandi, heels together, toes pointing outwards and your knees bent. Raise your hands to the chest and step the right foot behind the left. Swing the right arm back and forth like a pendulum. Gracefully move your fingers one by one. And now uncross your ankles, step the other foot behind and repeat the movement on the other side. Next up is the skeleton dance. Now visualize yourself as a skeleton as you shake your body intensely. Hold the visualization of your bone structure and dance wildly. Holding the visualization will build integrity into your very bone marrow. We move on to Katichinakarana. Stand in Arimandi and raise your arms above your head, crossing your hands, palms facing backwards. Now turn your body to one side, open up your arms widely, cross them back to the center and repeat the movement on both sides again and again. The next asana of the sequence is Tadasana. Now stand on the tips of the toes and raise your arms up parallel above your head. Visualize yourself as a palm tree. Breathe in Samana Kumbhaka. Visualize a flame rising up your spine. As you engage all three bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha, and internally chant the new japa, Shivoham.
महामुद्रा भद्रगौनो ताडासन विभेदकान् विनोतानं सदा कुर्यात् अन्तर्वत्नी पतिप्रिया.
Next up is Uttanasana. From a standing position, lean forward and down. Place your hands flat on the ground and engage all the bandhas as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
Mahamudra Bhadra Gonota Adasanu Vedakan Vinota Anam Sada Kuryat Antarvatni Padipriya.
The next asana is Thalakshvasana. Now place your hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart. Step your feet back into a plank position. Engage the Mula Bandha, the root lock, and the Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock. Tuck your chin to the chest and rotate your head from side to side as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
Gajasanavastitvamastakam varam varam dakshinakuksham savyakuksham nayetarikshvasanam bhavati.
Next up is Bhujangasana. Lower your body down onto your stomach. Keep your hands next to the shoulders, your toes pointing back as you raise your chest and head up by the strength of your lower back. Don't use your hands to push yourself up. Pull yourself up with your back muscles as you open your mouth widely. Inhale through the hollow of your throat in Bhujangani Mudra as you visualize yourself as a cobra.
Angushthana viparyantam madobhuma vininniset karabhyam chadram dritva udashisha vahi.
Next up is Shashasana. Now push your body up into a plank position and alternate, bringing one knee in towards the chest, back and forth. Breathe calmly through your nose in Sahajra Kumbhaka as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
Gajasana Samsito Ekaikam Padam Puro Margena Brahmetva Kartavyam Shasanam Bhavati.
From the same posture, now step one foot in between the two hands. Jump the front foot back and bring the other one in between the hands. Again and again as you visualize yourself as a chariot in Rathasana.
Gajasana Samsito Jnanadvayama Kunja Varam Varam Kartavyam Rathasanam Bhavati.
Now raise up. Keep the back toes facing sideways and the front knee bent at a 90-degree angle. Push your hips forward, raise your arms up above your head. Gaze to your third eye as you visualize yourself as Lord Virabhadra. Engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha in Virabhadrasana.
Vashishtamata Gaundyam Udavukkutameva Chashta Vakramato Tanam Mayuram Setu Bandhanam.
Exchange the position of your feet. Again, bend your front knee, raise your arms. Engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha as you gaze to the third eye and visualize yourself as Lord Virabhadra with 8 arms in Virabhadrasana.
Uttanapadam Kraunchancha Marichim Virabhadrakam Natrajam Trikonam Cha Suptangushta Prasarane.
Next up is Vrikshasana. Now raise one foot to the opposite inner thigh. Keep your hands in Anjali Mudra and raise them up above your head. Engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha as you visualize yourself as a tree.
Vamo Ramula Deshecha Yamyam Padam Nidayato Tishtet Vrikshabad Bhuma Vrikshasanam Midam Viduhu.
Next up is Garudasana. Now bring the raised foot onto the opposite thigh. Join your hands in Namaskara Mudra and engage the Mula Bandha as you visualize yourself as Lord Garuda.
Garudasanama Yenadhyanam Sarambhavi Sarva Doshadvinen Mukta Bhavati Yamahabali.
Now place the other foot down and raise the opposite foot to the inner thigh as you repeat Vrikshasana, the tree posture on the other side.
Vamo Ramula Deshecha Yamyam Padam Nidayato Tishtet Vrikshabad Bhuma Vrikshasanam Midam Viduhu.
Place the raised foot onto the opposite thigh. Keep your hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of the heart center. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda. Experience that you have big wings on your back in Garudasana on the other side.
Garudasanama Yenadhyanam Sarambhavi Sarva Doshadvinen Mukta Bhavati Yamahabali.
Next up is Trikonasana. Now step one foot forward and the other foot far back. Keep the back toes facing sideways. As you extend your arms out, parallel to the ground, lean forward and down, bring one hand to the front foot, gaze up along the opposite arm as you keep the arm pointing up towards the sky, and visualize yourself as a triangle. into the Gunasana.
उत्तानपातं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च हुत्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now rise up, rotate your feet, and lean in the opposite direction, repeating Trikonasana on the other side.
उत्तानपातं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च हुत्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
We move on to Nikuttaka Karana. Stand in Arimandi position with your heels touching, toes pointing outwards, and your knees bent. Raise one heel off the ground and bring your hands in front of the heart center with the palms facing each other. Now stomp the raised heel down to the ground and raise the opposite heel up, as you exchange the position of your hands again and again. Next up is Angushtasana. Now lower your body down onto your heels as you lift the heels off the ground, balance on your toes, with the knees raised off the ground. Keep your knees together and join your hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of your heart center. As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space, start buzzing like a bee on the inhalation and exhalation in Brahmari Kumbhaka. Engage the Mula Bandha and internally chant the new japa Sadashivoham.
कबन्धासनमित्याहो गोरक्षासनमेव च अङ्गुष्ठमष्टकं ययं ब्रह्मप्रासादितं तथा.
From Angushtasana, extend one leg forward and keep the hands at the sides, with the fingertips just touching the ground, palms facing forward in Vara Mudra, as you visualize Swamiji in Saurasana.
प्रसाद्यैकं पादतलं संस्थाप्यत्वेकपादकम्.
Now lean forward and down, hold onto the big toe of the front foot and the back heel with the opposite hand. Visualize Swamiji in Vidhunanasana.
गुल्पस्थितौ पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाकं संस्थित्य तत्करेण.
Extend the opposite leg forward. Keep the hands again by the side as you repeat Saurasana on the other side.
प्रसादेकं पादतलं संस्थाप्यत्वेकपादकम्.
Lean forward and down, hold on to the big toe and the back heel as you repeat Vidhunanasana on the other side.
गुल्पस्थितौ पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाकं संस्थित्य तत्करेण.
Next up is Brahmadrakushasana. Now step your feet in, sit on raised heels, and create a gap between the knees as you place the back of your hands on top of the knees. Tuck your chin to the chest and gaze through the gap between the palms in Shambhavi Mudra, eyes open wide, unblinking, actually gazing within as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो पनापानी होए वैसे एडी दो गुड़ा निवेसे कौरपक दिलिया की माही आइस माहेरा से मिली.
Now drop your knees down to the ground. Keep your toes tucked and sit on raised heels as you keep your hands on the legs, gaze to your nose, engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha, and visualize yourself as sage Kapila Muni, the founder of the Sankhya philosophy.
उबई पगतली समट हरावे तिनकी माहिली कोर मिलावे पनापानी उखड़ होए वैसे एडी दो जोनी निवेसे.
Now raise your gaze up towards your third eye. Maintain the position as you visualize Swamiji and perform the Mula Bandha in Bhadrakurakasana.
दो पगतली संपुट करे कोरवाली भूपरि दरे कोरवाली राके ऐसे तापरे मूल द्वार टिकी बैसे.
Now raise your knees off the ground, keep the soles of the feet together, and sit on your heels as you keep your knees open wide. Join your thumbs and little fingers, open up your palms in Padma Mudra, the Lotus Mudra, as you raise your arms up above your head and gaze through the gap between the palms. In Suryasana, visualizing Lord Surya in your inner space.
एडी दो गुड़ा दरियाने पना पानी बेटक पुनिटाने गोड़ा जंग अदर करे रहे आरे बामी सी विधि कहे.
Next up is Mandukasana. Now keep the top of the feet flat on the mat and sit on your knees as you keep your hands on the knees, gaze up towards your third eye, visualize yourself as a frog and press your frog tongue up against the palate of your mouth in Manduki Mudra, catching the nectar of immortality dripping from the Sahasrara chakra as you breathe calmly in Sahadra Kumbhaka and Mandukasana.
पादतलौ पृष्ठदेशे अङ्गुष्ठद्वये च संस्पृशेत् जानु विक्रम पुरस्कृत्य साधयेत् मन्दकासनम्.
Maintain the same posture. Bring your hands behind your back and hold on to opposite shoulders. As you keep your elbows close to your head, visualize yourself as a frog, gaze up towards your third eye. Keep your tongue in Mandukya Mudra and engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha in Uttana Mandukasana.
मण्डकासन मध्यस्थं कूर्पराभ्यां शिरं धृतः एतद्भ्येकवदुत्तानम् एतदुत्तानमण्डकम्.
Next up is Simhasana, the lion posture. Now, cross your feet and sit on the heel. Keep your hands on the knees with the fingers spread. Stick your tongue out, gaze to your nose, and exhale forcefully again and again. As you visualize yourself as a fierce lion, perform the Mula Bandha as you do so.
दक्षिणं संविकल्पेन दक्षिणेतरं हस्तौ जदान्वं संस्थाप्य स्वाङ्गुलीश प्रसारि च.
Next up is Padurasana. As you keep the tops of the feet flat on the mat, the soles together, toes pointing backwards, sit on your heels and cross your arms behind your back, holding on to the big toes of the opposite feet. Now gaze to the tip of your nose, tuck your chin to the chest in Jalandhara Bandha, contract the perineal floor in Mula Bandha, buzz like a bee in Brahmari Kumbhaka and visualize Swamiji in your inner space. In Bhadrasana.
गुल्पौ च वृषणस्यादौ युत्क्रमेण समाहितः पादं गुष्टौ कराभ्यां च दत्त्वा च पृष्ठदेशतः.
Next up is Kakabhushandi Asana. Now keep your feet flat and the knees raised and split apart. Bring your arms in and around the raised knees and reach for opposite hands behind your back, interlocking your fingers if you can. Gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as a crow.
प्रथमे वेशगोडटाने डोनुहापकं वीच आने तिनिके मोडल निल्या परिलावे पिष्टिपचे कांकसी करावे.
Next up is Kali Bhavasana. From a squatting posture, place your hands flat on the mat in front of you. Bring your knees onto your arms towards your armpits. As you lean forward and down, find balance, lift your feet off the mat as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
आसन को गुण आसीत सता होई तो आची होई.
Next up is Kapali Asana. From the same posture, hands on the ground, knees towards your armpits, lean forward and down, place your head on the mat, lift your feet up, and then extend your legs up into a headstand. You can lean against the wall for support or ask a partner to aid you in the performance of this asana. Gaze to your nose, visualize Swamiji, form the Mula Bandha, and don't forget to buzz like a bee in Kapali Asana.
शीश शीशा डरी रेगी पगदो मिलवा ऊंचा गुगरे पगदली आसी दिसता सुमरा से दो हाथा की हथेली दो.
Gently lower your body down. Come to a squatting posture with your hands flat on the mat. Twist your body to one side. Align your knee and hip with your elbows as you lean onto your elbows and lift your body off the ground, extending your legs out to the side. Gaze up towards your third eye. Visualize yourself as a peacock. As you exhale deeply and hold your breath in Rechaka Kumbhaka and perform the Mula Bandha in Parshvamayurasana.
मायूरं दण्डवत् कुर्यान् मायूरं दण्डनामकं कुर्यान् मायूरं पार्श्वाभ्यां मायूरपार्श्वनामकम्.
Now twist your body in the opposite direction. Lean on your arms, balance. Gaze up to your third eye. Visualize yourself as a peacock as you repeat Parshvamayurasana on the other side.
मायूरं दण्डवत् कुर्यान् मायूरं दण्डनामकं कुर्यान् मायूरं पार्श्वाभ्यां मायूरपार्श्वनामकम्.
Now keep your hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart. Step your feet back into Tarakshvasana, the plank position. Step one foot outside the shoulder and in between the two hands. As you push your hips forward, contract the perineal floor, Mula Bandha. Gaze up towards your third eye and visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava, the Lord of Time in Bhairaganathasana.
आसन को गुण पीति जायी.
Now step the front foot back, bring the other foot in between the hands. Push your hip forward, gaze up, visualize Kala Bhairava as you repeat Bhairaganathasana on the other side.
आसन को गुण पीति जायी.
Step the front foot back and place your forearms on the ground. Lower your body down onto your forearms as you slightly walk your feet forward, raising your hips. Gaze up towards your third eye. As you raise your head, visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Unmukha Pitasana.
भून्यस्तौजानुनि हस्तौ चतुष्पदमवान्मुखमुत्थापिताङ्गुलिर्गल चतुष्पदमभिरुका.
Now rise back onto your hands and rotate your body onto one hand. As you lift the other hand up towards the sky, gaze upwards and visualize yourself as Sage Vashishta in Vashishtasana.
ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटवासिष्ठ मरीचिहलमत्स्यकम्बरि वित्तं चोदरस्य विविधं धनुरासनम्.
Place the hand on the mat, rotate your body in the opposite direction. Repeat Vashishtasana on the other side.
ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटवासिष्ठ मरीचिहलमत्स्यकम्बरि वित्तं चोदरस्य विविधं धनुरासनम्.
Next up is Anjani Asana. Now sit with your legs extended forward, the knees straight, toes pointing upwards. Bring your hands below your buttocks with the palms facing up. As you gaze towards your nose, visualize yourself as Lord Hanuman. Exhale deeply in the Rechaka Kumbhaka. Perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha. As you
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Sorry for the technical glitch. I hope we are visible and audible now. And let us continue with the next asana of the sequence, which is Paschimottanasana. With your legs extended forward, lean forward and down and hook the index and middle finger around the big toes in Prana Mudra. Engage all three bandhas. Squeeze your core as you bring your head closer to the knees. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
जानुपरिल्लाटं तु पश्चिमं तानमुच्यते येन केन प्रकारेण सुखं दार्यं च जायते.
Now rise up and interlock your hands behind your neck. Push your elbows down outside the knees and bring your head in between the legs if you can. As you visualize Kali in your inner space, engage Mahamudra Bandha in Ugrasana.
स्वपानिभ्यान्तरं दत्वा जानुपरिशिरोऽन्यसेतासन अग्रिविदं प्रोक्तं भवेदनलिदीपनम्.
The next asana is Marichi Asana. Now step one heel in close towards the perineum. Keep the knee raised. Bring your arm in and around the raised knee and interlock your fingers behind your back. As you lean forward and down, bring your head closer towards the knee. Visualize yourself as Sage Marichi.
उत्थानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now drop the raised knee down to the ground. Keep the heel against your perineum, lean forward and down, hold onto the front foot with both hands. Exhale all the way, gaze to your nose. Visualize Swamiji and lock all the three bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha in Mahamudrasana.
महामुद्रां प्रवक्ष्यामि तन्त्रेऽस्मिन् मम वल्लभे यां प्राप्य सिद्धा सिद्धिं च कपिलाद्या पुरागताः.
Now bring the other foot towards the perineum with the knee raised. As you interlock your fingers behind your back in Parashamudra, leaning forward and down in Marichi Asana.
उत्थानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Drop the knee to the side.
च कपिलाद्या पुरागताः.
The next asana is Bhadrasana 2. Keep the soles of the feet together and the heels close to your perineum. Interlock your fingers around the big toes, hold them close as you push your knees down towards the ground by the strength of your groin. Intensely open up your hips as you gaze up towards your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
गुल्पौतविर्षणस्यादः श्रीवन्याः पार्श्वे अक्षिपेत् पादपार्श्वेटुपाणिभ्यां धृतं बद्ध्वा सुनिश्चलम्.
Now keep the soles of the feet together and extend your feet away from the body. Keep your hands on the knees. Engage the Mula Bandha and the Jalandhara Bandha as you gaze to your nose in Gwali Pavasana.
पूर्वचर पर चौक सोही बाही विधियों की जी सोही यामे एड़ी बिन्न चुरा से अंगुल आत अंतर और से
The next asana is Joni Asana. Now keep the soles of the feet together closer towards your perineum. Hold the soles of the feet with your hands and lean forward and down, placing your face on the feet, visualizing the Yoni Mandala, which is the visual representation of Devi Paramashiva Shakti herself. You can see the Yoni Mandala projected in the top right corner of the screen.
दो पगतली संपुट करे एडिमेड केडिंग दरे अर्ध आतको अंतर रासे लिलाट पगतलिया ऊपर दासे.
Next up is Midaki Pavasana. Keep the heels together and the toes apart as you extend your legs away from the body. Extend your arms out to the side and lean forward and down. Bring your forehead on the ground behind your heels as you place your palms down far away from your body. Gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Again, exhale deeply in Rechaka Kumbhaka.
पूर्व विधि परिपक्तली संपुट सोली एडी मिलीरा से येड्यासु माहिली कानी अंगुल दो अर्थले लाट दत्ति लगावे.
Next up is Siddha Samadhi Asana. Now, keep the toes. Bring your arms below the shins. Lean forward of the feet as you bring your nose and visualize Lord Surya in your inner space in Siddha.
दो पगतली संपुट करे सोलमेड आगा मेदरे अंगुल आत अंतरोरा से लिलाट पगतलिया ऊपर दासे.
Next up is Trinaki Pavasana. Now, bring the feet back in towards the perineum. Hold the soles of the feet and open them up like a book as you press your elbows down onto your thighs. Gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो पगतली एडी धरती मगवा मेड लगावे पगतली माहिली को अंगूठा सदा सिद्धि जोड़े.
Next up is Chadapata Chokasana. Now join the soles of the feet together. Bring the heels against your perineum. Place your hands on the knees and gently push them down towards the ground as you engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha. Gaze up towards your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Chadapata Chokasana.
दो पगतली संपुट धरती आगा ने खर जारे पसारे गोड़ा बसुरो लगता रासे हाथ दो गोड़ा परिदासे.
The next asana is Bhairavasana. Now twist your feet so the toes are pointing down on the ground and the heels are raised off the ground. Keep your hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra as you gaze up towards your third eye. Engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha and visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava, the Lord of Time, in Bhairavasana.
गुल्पोसं बीड्यचान्योन्यं युक्रमेण समाहितः जानोपाशुगतौ हस्तौ दण्डवद्भैरवासनम्.
Next up is Samanasana. Now press one heel against the perineum and lift the sole of the other foot against your chest. Hold your foot with both hands as you gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
समानासनमावक्षे सिद्धमन्त्रादि साधनादेकपादमरो गत्वा गुह्योन्लिङ्गवत्रके.
Now raise the foot over top of your shoulder and extend the opposite leg forward. With your leg extended, gaze up towards your third eye as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
केवलं पादमे कञ्च स्कन्धे चारोऽपि नत्यन्तः एकपादेन गगने तिष्ठेदनन्दवत्प्रभो.
Now repeat Samanasana on the other side. Pull the other foot against your chest. Place the other heel against your perineum. Visualize Swamiji and lock the root center as you hold your breath in the Muladhara chakra.
समानासनमावक्षे सिद्धमन्त्रादि साधनादेकपादमरो दत्वा गुह्योन्लिङ्गवत्रके.
Now raise the foot over your shoulder and extend the opposite leg forward as you repeat Apanasana on the other side.
केवलं पादमेकं च स्कन्धे चारोप्य ततः एकपादेन गगने तिष्ठेत् दण्डवत् प्रभो.
Now stack your knees, keep the heels outside the hips. Place your hands on the top knee as you gaze to your nose. Visualize the face of a cow in your inner space. Breathe in Siddhkari Kumbhaka, pressing your tongue against the palate of your mouth and hissing through your teeth as you inhale without your tongue touching the teeth. Form the Mula Bandha and internally chant the new japa Om Nityanandoham.
सव्ये दक्षिणगुल्पन्तो पृष्ठपार्श्वे नियोज्य दक्षिणे पिता सव्यं गोमुखं गोमुखं यथा.
Now interlock your fingers around the big toes in Prana Mudra. Engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha and visualize yourself as a Rishika Anasuya in Anasuyasana.
दक्षिण गोड़ोनी कोटाने वामोता के ऊपर आने गोड़ा संधि मिलावे भारी आड़ा पुनि पुनि दे संधि पसारी.
Hold the visualization. Interlock your fingers behind your back in Parasha Mudra. Lean forward and down. Bring your chin over the knee, nose towards the ground. Try to touch the ground with your nose as you gaze to the nose in Anasuyasana too.
जीमना गोड़ा की संधि उपरिदावा गोड़ा की संधि मिलावी रासे गोड़ा सोले भगतल्यालो आडवाई सूदारा से.
Now keep one heel against the perineum and step the other foot flat on the ground in front. Keep the knee raised against your chest, hands on the respective knees. Gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda in Garudasana too. Around the neck and twist your elbows outside the raised knee. As you gaze to your third eye, visualize yourself as Sage Narada in Naradasana. Keep the opposite knee raised as you hold onto the big toe and the shin of the opposite leg. Gaze to your nose and visualize Matsya, the fish avatar of Lord Vishnu. The Mula Bandha, visualize the face of a cow in your inner space. Don't forget to breathe in Siddhkari Kumbhaka.
सव्ये दक्षिणगुल्पन्तो पृष्ठपार्श्वे नियोज्य दक्षिणे पिता सव्यं गोमुखं गोमुखं यथा.
Your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nitya. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Sorry for the technical glitch. Let us now enter into Anasuyasana on the other side. Stack your knees. Keep your heels outside the hips, slightly extended away from the body. Hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra. As you engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha, breathe in Siddhkari Kumbhaka. Hiss through your teeth as you press your tongue against the palate of your mouth. And visualize yourself as Rishika Anasuya.
दक्षिण गोड़ोनी कोटाने वामोटा के ऊपर आने गोड़ा संधि मिलावे भारी आड़ा पुनि पुनि दे संधि पसारी.
Now interlock your fingers behind your back. Lean forward and down. Bring your nose to the ground in Anasuyasana too.
जीमना गोड़ा की संधि उपरिदावा गोड़ा की संधि मिलावे रासे गोड़ा सोले भगतल्यालो आडवाई सूदारा से.
Next up is Garudasana too. Now keep the other foot against your perineum. Opposite foot flat, knee raised, hands on the knees. Again, visualize yourself as Lord Garuda in Garudasana too.
धवव मोडी येडी माहिलम गुल्पमूलद्वारिणी चेदेज बेसे जीमनी पगतली धरती टेकी गोडो ऊंचो उबो रासे.
Raise your perineum onto your heel. Interlock your fingers around your neck. Twist your elbows outside the raised knee. As you gaze to the third eye and visualize Sage Narada and Naradasana.
पिष्ट जुवाम पगतली केरी भूपरिता ही लगा वे फेरी गोडा सुदो पनो है जोई दचपासी तेरा से सोई.
Next, we will repeat Matsya Pitakasana on the other side. As you place the other foot onto the opposite thigh, hold on to the shin and the big toe of the opposite leg. Gaze to your nose and visualize Matsya, the fish avatar of Lord Vishnu.
वामेन वामाङ्गुष्टन्तो गृहीतं मत्स्य पीठकं योनि वामेन संवेद्रा मेधारुपरि दक्षिणम्.
Next up is Matsyendrasana. Now place one foot onto the opposite thigh and raise the opposite knee with the foot flat. Stick the foot over the opposite knee if you can. Otherwise, just keep it flat on the ground. Twist the opposite elbow around the raised knee as you keep the hand by the ear and place the other hand on the ground behind you. Twist your spine, gaze up to your third eye and visualize Matsyendranath, the master of Hatha Yoga.
उदरं पश्चिमाभासं कृत्वा तिष्ठति यत्नतः नम्राङ्गं वामपादं हि दक्षजानुपरिन्यसेत्.
Now extend your front arm down towards the foot and hold onto the big toe in Prana Mudra. Place the other hand on your respective ear as you gaze back and up and visualize yourself as a camel in Kupasana.
आसन को गुण जोलो जाये.
Place the back hand down on the ground behind you. Keep holding onto the front foot as you twist your spine even further in Matsyendrasana too.
मत्स्येन्द्र पीठं झटर प्रदीप्तिं प्रचंड रुक्मंडल खंडनास्त्रं मध्यासत कुंडलिनी प्रबोधं दंडस्ति ददाहि पुंसाम्.
Now extend your legs. Place the other foot on the opposite thigh as you twist your elbow around the raised knee, repeating Matsyendrasana on the other side.
उदरं पश्चिमाभासं कृत्वा तिष्ठति यत्नतः नम्राङ्गं वामपादं हि दक्षजानुपरिन्यसेत्.
Extend your front arm down towards the foot. Hold on to the big toe in Prana Mudra. Place the other hand on the ground behind you. Place the other hand on your ear as you gaze back and up and visualize yourself as a camel in Kupasana.
आसन को गुण जोलो जाये.
Now place the hand on the ground behind you. And keep holding onto the front foot as you visualize Sage Matsyendranath in Matsyendrasana too.
मत्स्येन्द्र पीठं झटर प्रदीप्तिं प्रचंड रुक्मंडल खंडनास्त्रं मध्यासत कुंडलिनी प्रबोधं दंडस्ति ददाहि पुंसाम्.
Now place your feet onto opposite thighs and sit in Padmasana. Keep your hands on the respective knees. Gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself as Lord Shiva. Now press your tongue against the teeth and hiss through your teeth as you inhale. Engage all the Vandas Mahamudra Vanda and internally chant the new japa Om Nityananda Mahasada-shivoham.
आसनं द्विविधं प्रोक्तं पद्मं वज्रासनं तथा ऊर्ध्वरिपति चेदद्दे उदे उभे पादते यथा.
The next asana is Padmasana too. Now cross your arms in front of the body and hold on to the big toes in Prana Mudra. Engage the Mula Bandha, gaze to your nose, breathe in Sitali Kumbhaka and visualize yourself as Goddess Parvati, the consort of Lord Shiva in Padmasana too.
उत्तानो चरणो कृत्वा उरु संसव प्रयत्नतः उरु मध्ये गतो तानो पानी कृत्वा तु तादृशो.
Next up is Kukkutasana. Now from Padmasana, bring your hands in between the legs. Place your palms on the ground. Then straighten your arms and lift your body up as you visualize yourself as a rooster and breathe calmly through your nose in Sahagya Kumbhaka.
पद्मासनं संस्थाप्य नारायणवोरन्तरे करो निवेश भौम वासिष्ठ्यत् व्योमस्तकुक्कुटासनः.
Now from Padmasana, raise up onto your knees. Place your hands flat on the ground with the fingers pointing towards your body. Lean onto your elbows, find balance and lift your legs up off the mat. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Baddha Kiki Asana.
रामवष्टिप्यकरद्वयेन तत्कूर्परीस्थानिव ताभिपार्श्वः उच्चासनो दन्दवदुत्तिकत्ये माह्यूर्मेतं प्रविदन्ति पीतम्.
Next up is Mayurasana. As you keep your hands flat on the ground, fingers pointing backwards, extend your legs and place your elbows near your navel as you lean forward. Find balance and lift your legs off the mat. Visualize yourself as a peacock.
अथ वक्षे महादेव मयूरासनमुत्तमं भूमौ निपात्य हस्तत्वगूर्परोपरि देहकम्.
Now place your entire body on the mat. Place your forehead on the ground and interlock your fingers around your neck. As you keep your toes pointing outwards, twist your feet so the heels come down and the toes point to the side. Visualize yourself as a crocodile in Makarasana.
अध्याससेते हृदयं निधाय भूमौ च पादौ च प्रसार्यमाणो.
The next asana is Shalabhasana. Now place your hands next to the shoulders and join your feet together as you lift your legs, your entire legs up off the mat. Your legs, your entire legs up.
Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda.
Shoulder width apart. Interlock your fingers. Place your head on the mat, support it with your hands as you walk your feet forward, raise your hips and lift your feet up, pulling your knees in towards your chest. Squeeze your body into a ball as you gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो हाथ की कहुनी जोई पुनिह कलाले जाड़े दोई पिष्ट अंगुनी की पुनिदानो ऐसपले बुह परितानो.
From Gohi Asana, now extend your legs up straight into Shirshasana. Gaze to your nose, visualize Swamiji, breathe calmly through your nose.
विपरीतं मण्डलं च द्विदैव विदितं हिरः दन्दासरं दिवा प्रोक्तं विपरीतोपवेशने.
Gently lower your body down and come to a sitting posture with your legs extended forward. Get ready. We are going to now enter into a sequence of rapid exhalations in Bhastika Kumbhaka. Contract your abdomen and push the air out again and again without inhaling. Let the air flow into your lungs naturally as you hold on to your calves and raise your feet up in front of your face, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space in Bodhiasana.
दो हाथ की बहरी आने गोड़ा तरे कांक सीटाने अंगुष्ठी पिंडली लगता दरे चरण उबे पासा दिसिव करे.
Now, hold on to opposite shoulders with your hands. Keep your legs extended up. Gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a mace in Parighasana as you keep rapidly exhaling.
उत्तान शयनं कृत्वा पादौ मिलित्वा प्रसार्य नितंबं भूमौ स्पृश्य हस्ताभ्यां कन्द्रां दत्त्वा.
Now extend your arms out in front. Keep your legs raised. Keep your arms parallel to the ground as you gaze up towards your third eye. Visualize yourself as a boat and breathe in Bhastika Kumbhaka in Naukasana.
उत्तान शयनं पराभ्यां भूमिमवष्टभ्य हस्ताभ्यां नितंबं निद्य.
Now join the soles of your feet and pull the feet towards your chest as you scoop your hands below. Gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as Lord Rudra in Rudrasana.
पगतली संपुट करे हस्तास्य पगा ऊंचा पगा का अंगूठा दो लेयो परली काली तालवे.
Relax. Lay down on your back with your feet flat, the knees raised off the ground. Place your hands on the ground behind your heels and push your hips up off the mat. Tuck your chin to the chest, contract the perineal floor as you breathe in Mocha Kumbhaka, pushing the air out through the engaged throat lock as you gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Unmukha Pitasana too.
ऊर्ध्वे च झानुनि कृत्वा शवित्वोद्वमुखं तथा उत्ताप्य हस्तौ तिष्ठेतु पीठ उन्मुखनामके.
Now lay down flat on your back. Keep your hands by the side of your hips, palms facing upwards. Perform Shakti Chalan Mudra. Intensely pull the Kundalini Shakti up along your spine. Relax from any micro movements of the body and mind as you visualize that your body is dead and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is liberating you in Shivasana as you internally chant Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
अथ शवासनम् उत्तानं शववद्भूमौ शयनं तु शवासनं शवासनं शान्तिहरं चित्तविश्रान्तिकारणम्.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Shivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Now, slowly return to your physical body. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, your wrists and your ankles, your elbows and your knees. Pull your knees up towards your chest and circle them with your arms and rock your body from side to side as you slowly come back to a comfortable seated position. Congratulations, you completed the Pratama Vinyasa Krama, the 108 asana sequence. With this, we conclude the session for the Paramashivoham Level 1 participants. Thank you all for joining and participating sincerely in today's Nityananda Yoga session. The next Acharya is going to join soon, and the next session is going to start. All the Paramashivoham Level 2 and 3 participants, let us now move into the next asana of the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, which is Yathasana Ishtasana. Now, sit in a comfortable posture that brings ease to your physical and mental space. Place your hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra. As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space, breathe in Samana Kumbhaka, inhale into your stomach, and hold your breath, visualizing a flame rising up your spine. Perform the Mula Bandha and internally chant Om Nityananda Paramashivoham the japa for the remainder of this sequence in Yathasanishthasana.
पर्यङ्कं तत्समाख्यातं यदसंस्तं यथा स्थितिः.
Next up is Samasana. Now sit in a cross-legged posture with your hands on the knees in Bindu Mudra. Now inhale deeply and exhale deeply again and again in this asana as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योधाभ्यासो यथा लघु.
Next up is Muktasana. Now place the left foot against the genital region and place the right foot over top of the left with your hands facing down on top of the knees. Gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as a sage liberated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in Muktasana.
निपीड्य सोविनीं सूक्ष्मं दक्षिणेतरगुल्पतः.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasudashiva. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
The next asana is Siddhasana. Now maintain the same posture. Keep your hands on the knees as you gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
स्थानुमतेन्द्रियो चलदृशापाशं भवोरन्तरं चैतन्मोक्षकपाठभेदजनकं सिद्धासनं प्रोच्छयेत्.
Next up is Siddhi Asana. Maintain the same position as Siddhasana. Switch your gaze to the ground in front of you. Engage all three wonders as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
वामपाद की एडी जानो श्रीमणि मदितास काउंटानो.
Next up is Rudrasana 2. Keep your body in the same posture. Rotate your hands on top of the knees into Bindu Mudra. Shift your gaze up towards your third eye and visualize yourself as Lord Rudra.
वामचरण परिदर्शन राके एक जुगति ऐसे विदिदा के.
Next up is Santadhunasana. Maintain the same posture, gaze to your nose, and embody tranquility and an unshakable nature.
आसन के गुण चंचलता मीता.
Next up is Siddhasana 2. Palm over the other in front of your navel in Samputa Mudra, resembling a lotus flower, as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Siddhasana 2.
ऋतुकाय समासीन सिद्धासनमुदीरितं प्रसार्य भुवि पादौ तोदो व्यामङ्गुष्टमादरात्.
Next up is Bandha Yoni Asana. Now, maintain one heel over top of the other. Set the Sankalpa to manifest through the womb of creation. And get ready to enter the Shanmukhi Mudra. Inhale all the way and hold your breath as you close your mouth with little and ring fingers, your nostrils with the middle fingers, your eyes with the index fingers, and your ears with your thumbs.
यत्र मध्ये महादेवा बन्धयोन्यासनेश्वरो यत्कृत्वा केचरो भूत्वा विचरेत् ईश्वरो यथा.
Next up is Virasana. Now place one foot on top of the opposite thigh and the other foot below the opposite thigh. Keep your hands on the knees in Bindu Mudra with index and thumbs touching as you embody the state and space of Vida.
एकं पादमतैकस्मिन् विन्यस्योर्निसंस्थितः तरस्मिन् सदा चोरं वीरासनमुदीरितम्.
Next up is Valmikasana. Maintain the same posture, hands on the knees in Bindu Mudra. Gaze to your third eye as you visualize the great sage poet and author of Ramayana, Valmiki.
गावा पगा की बगदली अपनी एड़े है जोया.
Next up is Joni Mudra. Now rotate your hands on top of the knees, keep them flat as you gaze through your nose and visualize the Yoni Mandala, the representation of Devi Paramashiva Shakti herself.
बामपाद की बगदली जाहिमा हिली कौरी.
Now maintain the same posture. Shift your gaze up towards your third eye. Visualize Yoni Mandala in Yoni Asana.
योन्यासनं पर्वतेन योगं योगफलेनिलं तत्कालपल्लं तावत् केचिरो यावदेव हि.
Next up is Bhadrasana 3. Now join the soles of the feet together. Keep the heels close to your perineum. Interlock your fingers around the toes and pull them tightly. As you push your knees down to the ground, gaze to your nose and visualize Lord Veerabhadra in your inner space, performing Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
गुल्पोदुष्णस्याधः सीवन्या पार्श्वयोन्योक्षिपेत् सव्ये गुल्पददा सव्ये दक्षगुल्पं तु दक्षिणे.
Next up is Aghodasana. As you sit with your heels against the perineum, cover your mouth with your right hand, close the left nostril, and inhale through the right nostril. Then close both nostrils, hold your breath, exhale through the left, then again inhale through the left, alternate again and again in Abhyantara Kumbhaka. As you gaze up towards your third eye, press your tongue upwards in Kechari Mudra, lead it along your nasal tract if you can, as you visualize yourself as an Aghori in Aghodasana.
पूर्व कहो बिश्रिका जो ही वाही विदिशों कीजे सोये.
Next up is Kanari Pavasana. Now bring the toes together and the heels apart, and rest your elbows on the heels as you bring your chin onto your hands. Gaze to your nose, engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha as you breathe in the Rechaka Kumbhaka and visualize yourself as a female elephant drinking water.
कानरी पवा आसन ग्वाली पवा आसन कख्यो है जाहू में जाने विदिते से.
We move on to Padasana. Now sit with your knees raised, bring your arms below the legs, and interlock your fingers around the toes, in front of the toes, as you lift your knees and feet off the ground. Gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
तदोर्ध्वं रेचयेद् वायुं मृण्मस्वासंमिदम्.
Next up is Gopi Chandasana. Now interlock your fingers around the toes and pull them against your throat. Keep your heel against your chest, gaze to your nose as you rest your chin on your hands. Embody the state and space of a king.
पूर्व विधि परिपगा का अंगोटा कंटको पराशे.
Now again bring your hands below the legs and interlock the fingers around the toes as you raise them against your chest. Placing your chin down on the soles of your feet, gaze to your nose as you visualize your body free from any defects in Uddarasana.
दो पगदले संबलडाने उभय हस्तकर ऊर्ध्वहिटाने अंगुष्ठ दो समटहरावे चिबकानी चेता.
Next, raise
दो बगदले जोड़ी संपोट करे.
Next up is Bhujasana. From a seated position, lift both your legs over top of the respective shoulders. Bring your arms underneath your legs and upwards. Interlock your fingers behind your neck as you visualize yourself as a cobra.
शीर्षासनं तो विज्ञेयं काक्षासनम् अतः परं ग्रीवासनं च परमं भुजासनमिहोचयेत्.
We move on to Kalyanasana. With the legs over top of the shoulders, bring your arms down and behind your back, interlocking your fingers behind. Reach for your fingers behind your back as you gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize yourself as a beautiful, auspicious goddess in Kalyanasana.
दो हाथ बगाम विच आने तिनको गोड़ा नीचे हटाने
The next asana is Sankatasana. Now bring the top of the left foot flat on the mat and stack the right knee over top. Place your hands on opposite knees as you gaze outwards in Vaishnavi Mudra without focusing on any external object. Only focus on the object within. As you visualize yourself as an elegant swan, perform Ujjayi Pranayama. While you inhale, make an ocean-like sound with your mouth.
वामपादं चितेर्मूलं शून्यस्य धरणीतले पादण्डेन याम्येन वेष्टयेद्वामपादकम्
Now slide the left heel outside the hip. Sit down on the ground. Interlock your fingers, place them under the top knee. As you visualize a cow in your inner space, engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha in Dhenukasana.
अनुशागिनगर पञ्चदं वृषेहिलं डगल्यम्नि
Next up is Machandrasana. Now place the right foot onto the left thigh and the left foot onto the right knee. Bring the left arm behind your back and reach for the right thigh. As you hold the left thigh with the right hand, twist your spine, gaze up towards your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
वामजङ्गभरदधनडाने वामहस्तपिष्टी दिश आने बहरो दशनपादहे जोयि ताकी नलिजो बकरे सोयि
We move on to Machandrasana 2. Untwist your spine but keep your feet in the same position. Hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra. Lean forward and down. Bring your navel to the heels and your forehead on the ground as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथमजी मनोधरण जोयि वामजङ्गभरे राखे सोयि
Next up is Guru Asana. As you interlock your fingers and place them on the top knee, engage all the bandhas and visualize Swamiji, your Guru, in your inner space.
ऊर्मूले इतरपादस्य कनिष्ठिकाप्रदेशे गुल्पं संस्थाप्य
Next up is Sankatasana on the other side. Now place the top of the right foot on the mat, sit on the right heel as you stack the left heel over top. Hands on opposite knees. Visualize yourself as an elegant swan.
वामपादं चितेर्मूलं शून्यस्य धरणीतले पादण्डेन याम्येन वेष्टयेद्वामपादकम्
Now repeat Dhenukasana on the other side. Slide the right heel outside the hip. Place both the hands on the top knee, interlocked, as you visualize a cow in your inner space.
अनुशागिनगर पञ्चदं वृषिहिलं डगल्यम्नि
Now repeat Machandrasana on the other side. Bring the left foot onto the right thigh and the right foot onto the left knee. Bring the right arm behind your back. Twist your spine. Reach for opposite thighs. Once you catch your hold, twist your spine even further. As you gaze back and up towards your third eye, as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
वामजङ्गभरदशनडाने वामहस्तपिष्टी दिश आने
Now repeat Machandrasana 2. Hold onto the big toes, lean forward and down, place your forehead on the ground as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
मनोचरण जोयि वामजङ्गभरे राखे सोयि
Next up is fingers. Place them on the top knee and gaze to your third eye as you visualize Swamiji, your Guru.
ओरमूले इतरपादस्य कनिष्ठिकाप्रदेशे गुल्पं संस्थाप्य
Next up is Parshasana. Now place your feet flat on the ground in front with your knees raised against your chest. Hold on to opposite knees, pull them against your chest as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and gaze to your third eye, pressing your tongue up in Kechari Mudra.
पादले भूमौ निधाय जानुनि उरसनिधाय विपरीतहस्ताभ्याम् ओरसहितजङ्गे निपद्ये तिष्ठेत् प्रशासनं भवति.
We move on to Bodhashokasana. From the same posture, now hold on to the ankles of your hand, to your wrists, as you place your chin down on the knees. Squeeze your body into a ball. Press your tongue up, gaze to the nose, and visualize Swamiji in Bodhashokasana.
दो बगदले बो परिदरे कौरमाहली ऐसे करे कौरमाहली उकड़बे से जंगा छाती अग्रणी बेसे.
Next up is Kurakatasana. Now bring your arms underneath the knees and hold on to opposite elbows. Press your tongue up, gaze to the nose, and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो हाथ बग बाहर लियावे गोड़ा नीचे ले तहरावे आमहा सामहा ऐसे करे आपस में इनको हनी पकड़े.
Now cross the ankle of the right foot over the left with the toes pointing up. Keep your tongue up, gaze to your nose, gaze to your navel, gaze to your nose as you visualize the great sage and Maharishi Sumati in Sumati Asana.
मूलद्वार धरती परिडाने दावा पगबर दजबद आने.
Next up is Dandasana. Now extend your legs forward, interlock your fingers and raise them up above your head with your wrists pointing outwards. Gaze to your nose, press your tongue up, visualize Swamiji and engage all three wonders as you breathe in Ujjayi Pranayama.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघो.
Next up is Arambhasana. Lean forward and down, hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra. As you bring your head down towards the knees, inhale through one nostril and exhale through the other alternatingly, cleaning your nadis in Nadi Shodhana as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो पगोड़ा लगावे.
And slightly raise your knees as you bring your arms underneath your shins. Bring your arms in and around the shins and hold on to the feet from the outside. Gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम बेसे दो बागो पछाड़ी कचका और दो खरड़ा उधारे.
Next up is Jalandhari Pavasana. With your feet extended away from the body, keep the soles of the feet together, keep the palms facing up. Gaze to your nose.
दो एड़ी महिला के दीजे हाथ पसारे.
Next up is Urdhva Paschimottanasana. Now, keep your legs extended. Bring one leg up behind your neck. Lean forward and down as you hold onto the front foot with both hands. Visualize Swamiji and breathe in Pratyahara Pranayama. Visualize your prana is flowing through 9 points of the body upwards within your body as golden light, from the soles of the feet to your regenerative organs, to your navel, to your heart, to your throat, to your palate of your mouth, the center of the eyebrows, the top of the forehead, and the crown of your head, the Brahmarandra, in Urdhva Paschimottanasana.
पश्चिमतानवत् संस्थितं कृत्वा एकं पादं ग्रीवायां दत्त्वा तिष्ठेत् ऊर्ध्वपश्चिमतानं भवति.
Now lean back. With your legs still behind your neck, hold on to the foot. Straighten the opposite leg forward. As you gaze to your nose, visualize you are infinite, endless, eternal, Ananta in Anantasana as you keep visualizing prana flowing upwards within your body in Pratyahara Pranayama.
उत्तानशयनी एकैकम्पायी ग्रीवायां विन्यस्य.
Next up is Ankushasana. From Anantasana, Still holding onto the foot, roll onto the side of your body, which is holding onto the foot. Gaze to your nose and feel in complete control.
उत्तानशयिताय एकैकं पादं ग्रीवायां कुर्वन् इतरहस्तं कर्णमूले स्थापयेत्.
Next up is Dushasana. Lay on your back. Pull your knees against your chest. And encircle them with your hands as you rock your body from side to side. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
उत्तानपादम् उत्तानजाननी हृदयवस्तम्भजङ्गसहित ऊरुणी करद्वये बद्ध्वा सव्यापसव्यं लोलये दृशासनं भवति.
Now repeat Urdhva Paschimottanasana on the other side. Send the legs forward, lift the other leg behind your neck, lean forward and down, holding onto the front foot with both hands.
पश्चिमतान्वत् संस्थितं कृत्वा एकं पादं ग्रीवायां धृत्वा तिष्ठेत् ऊर्ध्व पश्चिमतानं भवति.
Now lean back into Anantasana as you visualize yourself as being unending, Ananta.
उत्तानशयिनी एकैकं पायी ग्रीवायां विन्यस्य इतरहस्तेन पावाग्रं गृहीत्वा.
Now repeat Ankushasana. Roll onto your side, rest on your elbow as you feel in complete control. Gaze to your nose.
उत्तानशयनम् एकैकं पादं ग्रीवायां कुर्वन् इतरहस्तं कर्णमूले स्थापयेत्.
Next up is Yoga Nidrasana. As you lay on your back, lift both the feet one by one behind your neck. Gaze to your nose as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
पादाभ्यां वेशयेत् कण्ठं स्ताभ्यां पृष्ठबन्धनम्.
Next up is Atmaramasana. As you lay on your back, raise your legs up towards your head. Wrap your hands around the legs and interlock them behind your neck. As you gaze to your nose and visualize Lord Vishnu blessing you from within, breathe in Pratyahara Pranayama.
आत्मराम आसन प्रथमस्व सोवे.
Next up is Kochikasana. Laying on your back. Pull your knees up against your chest and extend your arms out of the side. Keep the soles of the feet pointing upwards towards the sky as you gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो हाथ सीधा सा करे तन बेस पा करे.
Next up is the Jatara Parivritti. This asana consists of 3 steps. We are going to perform the 3 steps on both sides. And now visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Perform the Mula Bandha. And hold your knees against your chest as you keep your arms extended out to the side. This is the neutral position to which we are going to return in between the repetitions. Now drop one knee down to the side and extend the opposite leg down. Step 1. Bend both knees to the side. Step 2. Extend both legs to the side, hold onto the feet and gaze in the opposite direction of your feet. Step 3. Now return to the neutral position. Drop the other knee down to the side, extend the opposite leg down. Step 1. Bend both legs. Step 2. Extend both your legs and hold onto the feet, gazing away from the feet. Step 3.
परिवृत्य कुक्षिबाहि त्रिदाहि परिकीर्तकं बद्धकोणं सुप्तकोणं ऊर्ध्वकोणमतापि च.
Next up is the Dviparapitam. As you lay on your back, hold on to your ankles, keep your feet flat. Push your hips up, tuck your chin to the chest, gaze to your nose, and visualize yourself as sturdy as a bridge as you breathe in Mocha Kumbhaka, forcing the air out through the engaged throat lock.
प्रतिक्रियायुतं द्वन्द्वापि सर्वबलप्रदं गर्भिणीनां दुर्बलामीति गार्गी जगादनो.
Next up is Paryankasana. As you lay on your back with your feet flat, bring your arms over your shoulders. Place the hands on the mat with the fingers pointing towards your feet. Push your hips up as you visualize yourself as sturdy as stone furniture. Walk your hands closer to the feet and breathe calmly through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka.
उत्तानशयनं हस्तलाभ्यं भूमिम् औष्टभ्यपादलाभ्याम्
Next up is Shvotanasana. Now lay on your back and lift your knees against your chest. Place your hands on the respective shoulders and move your hips in a circular motion as you visualize yourself as a dog playfully rolling around on its back.
शवच्चरीरं संस्थाप्य जानुनी सम्मिल्य नाभवानीया.
Next up is Viparita Karani. As you lay on your back, keep your arms flat and then raise your hips and legs up off the mat. Point your feet upwards. Visualize Swamiji and rotate your legs in a circular motion.
अदविपरीतकरणी मुद्रा भूतले शुश्रौ दत्त्वा.
Now stop the movement of your legs. Enter Viparita Karani to intensely activate your digestive fire in this posture.
करणे विपरीताख्या सर्वादिव्यादिनाशिनी नित्यम् अभ्यासयुक्तस्य जाडराग्निवर्धने.
Next up is Langalasana. Now drop your feet down over top of your head, toes on the ground. Interlock your fingers behind your back in Padasha Mudra as you place your arms flat on the mat. Visualize yourself as a plow as you do so.
ग्रीवाकण्डेन भूमिं विस्तम्भ पादाग्रद्वयम्.
Next up is Shaita Paschimottanasana. As you lie on your back, with your legs over your head, hold onto your feet. Keep your arms and legs straight. This is one of the 84 different asanas revealed directly by Paramashiva himself. Perform Jalandhara Bandhan, Mula Bandhan, breathe and Bhuja Kumbhaka in Shaita Paschimottanasana.
तानं शयित्वा कुर्वीत शयितपश्चिमतानकम्.
Next up is Supta Konasana. Now raise your hips above the shoulder level and then open your legs wide, still holding onto the feet with your hands. Visualize Swamiji as you do so.
परिभृत्य कोक्षिबाहि दृदाहि परिकीर्तकम्.
The next asana is Chakrasana. As you join your feet back together above your head, hold onto the ankles of your feet and roll onto your back. Visualize yourself as a chakra, a wheel in Chakrasana.
शवासनस्तद्वौ पादौ कुर्यान्मस्तकतः परव्युत्क्रमेण तदशीघ्रमेतत् सर्वस्य साधनम्.
Next up is Supta Prasarita Parangushtasana. Your back, raise your legs vertically. Keep the feet pointing up. Hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra with both hands. And then open your legs wide to the side as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space. And breathe in Ujjayi Pranayama. Make an ocean-like sound with your mouth.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचं वीरभद्रकम्.
Now join your feet back together and enter Supta Parangushtasana. Keep holding onto the big toes and visualize Swamiji in this asana.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचं वीरभद्रकम्.
Next up is Matsyasana. Now from Supta Parangushtasana. Now cross your legs into Padmasana. Lay flat on your back and bring your arms over your head, holding onto opposite elbows as you gaze through your nose and visualize Matsya, the fish avatar of Lord Vishnu.
मुक्तपद्मासनं कृत्वा उत्तानशयनाच्चरे कुर्पराभ्यां शिरो वेत्स्या मत्स्यासनं तु रोगः.
Next up is Padasharamasana. As you lay on your back with your legs in Padmasana, place the backside of the right palm onto the left palm, palms facing up. Gaze to your nose and visualize the Rama in your inner space.
प्रथमकरे पद्मासन आचे सुदोषो वेबु परिपाचे.
Next up is Sarvangasana. With your legs in Padmasana, bring your hands to the lower back for support and raise your knees and hips off the mat, supporting your lower back with your hands, elbows on the ground. Gaze to your nose, visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
अथवा क्षेत्र संक्षेपात् सर्वांगासनमुत्तमं यत्कृत्वा योगर्भणो विद्याभिः पंडितो यदा.
Next up is Vrishikasana, the scorpion posture. Now place one foot onto the opposite thigh and pull the opposite knee against your chest. Extend your arms up above your head as you poke the fingers forward and gaze to your third eye, visualizing yourself as a scorpion.
प्रथमशयन सूदोषी शकेशकी समधि सुदाके.
Place the other foot on the opposite thigh, pull the opposite knee up. Repeat Vrishikasana on the other side.
प्रथमशयन सूदोषी शकेशकी समधि सुदाके.
We move on to Vrishapalakshipasana. Lay on your back with your legs flat. Interlock your fingers behind your neck and then lift your feet off the mat. Keep your legs up off the ground as you alternate, pulling one knee in towards your chest back and forth. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and calmly breathe in Sahajra Kumbhaka.
उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा अनुलिम्बिः स्कन्धरां बद्ध्वा कूर्परो मिलित्वा.
Next up is Maruttanasana. Laying on your back. Keep your hands flat next to your hips. Alternate, touching the respective ear with your knees. Again and again as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
शुद्धान संस्थिते कृत्वा जानद्वयं खर्यायेन कर्णयोः संस्पृशेत् मरोत्थानं भवति.
Next up is Vrikasana. As you lay on your back, place your feet flat on the mat and stand up. Then lay back down and stand back up again and again, visualizing yourself as a wolf.
अथ उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा अनुलिम्बिः स्कन्धरां बद्ध्वा.
Next up is Nutasana. As you lay down on your back, kick your legs up. And roll over again and again. As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space, finally end in a prone position on your stomach.
उत्तानशयनं पादौ शिरोलङ्गौ भूमौ स्थापयित्वा.
Laying on your stomach, keep your hands next to the shoulders. And contract your lips, make the wristings pointing back. Visualize yourself as in Sarathasana.
निब्जं शयनं कृत्वा नाभिं भूमौ निधाय.
Next up is Dehalyolanganasana. As you push your body up into a plank position, jump your feet in between the two hands back and forth. Visualize yourself transcend body and mind.
हस्तद्वयं बद्ध्वा तन्मध्ये चरणद्वयम् उड्डानैव बहिरानेय अतः नैदेहल्युल्लङ्घनं भवति.
Next up is Jatyasana. From a standing position, lean forward and down, place your hands flat on the mat, walk around on hands and feet as you visualize yourself as a wise 60-year-old elephant.
अथ जाट्यासनं वक्षे येन जाटस्मरो भवेत् स्थान्त्रिभौमौ च गमनम् आगमनं ततः.
Now stand in Arimandi posture, with your heels together, toes pointing upwards, and bend your elbows, rotate your arms around your body as you tilt your head back and move your head in all directions in Lolitika Karana. Next up is Sarapasana. As you stand with the feet together, tie your feet with a rope if you have one available. Keep your arms close to your body, hands on the respective thighs. Engage the Mula Bandha, breathe through your nose, and visualize your Kundalini Devi rising and curling upwards around your body.
सर्पासनं पक्षे वायुपानाय केवलम्.
Next up is Ushtra Sadhanasana. As you lean forward and down, hold onto the toes from the front and step your toes on your fingers, wrap your hands in a fist as you visualize yourself as a camel. Start walking around on the mat.
मुष्टिकनिष्ठिकाप्रदेशेन भूमौ निधाय परिपातले संस्थाप्य.
From the same position now, hold your toes from the outside. Walk around on the mat, visualizing yourself as a horse in Ashvasana.
मुष्टिकनिष्ठिकाप्रदेशेन भूमौ निधाय परिपातले संस्थाप्य.
We move on to Kapota Nitakasana. Now, keep the feet together and interlock your fingers in Parasha Mudra behind your back. Pull your fingers down towards your calves as you open up your chest, tilt your head back, and visualize yourself as a soaring bird diving.
पातले भूमौ निधाय.
Next up is Tala Pushpa Putam Karana. Now, stand in Arimandi posture. Heels together, toes pointing outwards, and the knees bend. Join your hands in Namaskara Mudra. And now bow down in one side. And open up your palms. Raise the respective heel. And visualize that you're holding a bouquet of flowers and offering it to Paramashiva. Next up is Khadgasana. Now, gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself as a rhinoceros as you lay down on your stomach. Then jump your feet up towards your hand and stand with your hands in Namaskara Mudra, resembling the horn of the rhinoceros.
नुजासरतमासनं कृत्वा पातराभ्यो भूमिम् अवष्टभ्य उत्तिष्ठेत्. खड्गासनं भवति.
Next up is the Uttanottanam. Now hold weights if you want to intensify this asana as you sit down all the way or as low as you can and stand back up again and again. Gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
पुनः पुनः उत्तातव्यम् आसितव्यम् इति उत्तानोत्तानं भवति.
Next up is Musalasana. Stand erect with your arms raised above your head and jump repeatedly, visualizing yourself as a maze.
कुर्यात् मुसलासनं भवति.
Next up is Utshirshakasana. Now take one foot and pull it towards your chest as you sit down and stand back up with the opposite leg, alternating on both sides again and again. Gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji as you calmly breathe through your nose.
हस्तद्वयेन धृत्वा तिष्ठेत्.
Next up is Parashva, toes of one foot pointing outward. Pull the opposite knee against your chest and circle the leg with your arm, hand, and a fist. And place the other hand on the inner thigh with the fingers pointing towards the center of your body. The next asana is Tandavasana. Now, Visualize yourself fiercely dancing as Lord Shiva. Hold on to weights if you want to intensify this asana. As you extend your arms and one leg forward, sit down and stand back up on the standing leg in Tandavasana.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यं ताण्डवासनं भवति.
Next up is Brahmanasana. Now raise one foot towards the inner opposite thigh. Keep your hands relaxed by the side as you visualize Lord Brahma blessing you from within.
ब्राह्मणासनमावख्ये यत् कृत्वा ब्राह्मणो भवेत्.
Next up is Garudasana 3. Now bring the left foot over and around the right knee. Tuck the toes behind. Bring the left arm below the right and join your hands in Namaskara Mudra as you visualize yourself as Lord Garuda.
उत्तानकौर्मपीठं च संहसगारुणमेव च वातायनं गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्.
We move on to Ekapadasana. Now stand one-legged as you place the other foot onto the opposite thigh. Keep your hands by the knees. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दक्षाग्रं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरिणिधाय च.
The next asana is Dhruvasana, the pulsar posture. Now hold onto the big toe of the left foot as you extend the left leg out to the side and rotate quickly on the standing leg. Visualize yourself as the North Pole star.
दक्षाग्रं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरिणिधाय च.
The next asana is Trivikramasana. As you stand, bring one leg behind your neck, stand tall, sit down and stand back up, performing the 3 steps of Lord Vishnu as you visualize Lord Vishnu blessing you from within.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यं ताण्डवासनं भवति.
Next up is Parshva Janukara on the other side. Now pull the other knee against your chest and circle it with your hands. Now repeat Tandavasana on the other side. As you extend your arms, raise the other leg, visualize yourself fiercely dancing as Lord Shiva as you sit down and stand back up.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यं ताण्डवासनं भवति.
Now repeat Brahmanasana on the other side. Raise the right foot to the left thigh. Keep the hands by the side. Visualize Lord Brahma blessing you.
दक्षाग्रं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरिणिधाय च.
Now repeat Garudasana 3. Bring the right foot over and around the left knee. Tuck the toes behind. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda as you breathe in Sahadra Kumbhaka.
उत्तानकौर्मपीठं च संहसगारुणमेव च.
Now repeat Ekapadasana. Place the right foot onto the left thigh. Keep the hands by the knees. Stand one-legged as you visualize Swamiji in your space.
दक्षाग्रं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरिणिधाय च.
Now repeat Dhruvasana, the pulsar posture, as you hold onto the right big toe, extend it out to the side, and then quickly rotate on the standing leg as you visualize yourself as the North Pole star.
एकेन हस्तेन दण्डरूपस्य एकस्य पादस्याग्रं धृत्वा.
Now repeat Trivikramasana on the other side. For balance, you can hold on to any solid object. Keep the leg behind your neck. Sit down and stand back up.
ग्रीवायां पादं संस्थाप्य स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यं त्रिविक्रमासनं भवति.
Next up is the Samanakakarna. Now stand with your heels together, toes pointing outwards, and keep your hands slightly extended away from the hips, fingers pointing one by one. In this neutral position, recover from this intense sequence of asanas as you get ready to enter the final 100 asanas of this sequence. Starting off with Gorak Anjali Asana. Now stand erect on the mat like a rod, squat down and bring your arms in between the legs, interlocking your fingers in front of your navel as you visualize the great sage Gorangnath, founder of the Natha Yoga Hindu Sampradaya. Breathe in Jiva Chala Kumbhaka. Inhale all the way and hold your breath, moving your prana up and down and through the limbs of your body freely by the strength of your will alone. Next up is Kanji Asana. As you squat down all the way, interlock your fingers behind your back and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
ऊर्मध्यासस्थौ निवेश्यानि तम्बं धृत्वा पातराभ्यां भूमिम् अवष्टभ्य तिष्ठेत् काञ्चासनं भवति.
Next up is Bhairo Asana. Now sit down all the way and bring your heels against the perineum with your knees raised. Interlock your fingers behind and gaze towards your navel as you visualize Bhagavan Kala Bhairava, the Lord of Time, in Bhairo Asana.
दो बगा कीता यकी माहिली का और मिलावे बना पाने हुक्र मडुवे से.
Next up is Varahasana. As you squat down with the heels together, toes apart, join your hands in Anjali Mudra and bring them behind your neck. With the fingers pointing downwards towards the ground, keep your back straight, gaze to your nose, and visualize yourself as Varaha, the boar avatar of Lord Vishnu.
बगदली की माहिली का और मिलावे बना पाने हुक्र मडुवे से.
Next up is Plupitasana. Now hold on to the big toes in Prana Mudra and raise your hips up to the same level as your knees. Your arms straight, visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
अदुत्तान आसनानि वार्षिद्वे सम्मील्य स्थित्वानि तम्बं जानप्रदेश आनीये तिष्ठेत् प्रपीडासनं भवति.
Next up is Bakasana. Now place your hands flat on the mat and rest your knees onto your arms as you lean forward, find balance, lift the feet off the ground, and visualize yourself as a crow.
हस्ताभ्याम् अमलिममष्टम्बा जानद्वयं नाभौ सम्मील्य जङ्घूरे संस्थाभ्य तिष्ठेत् बकासनं भवति.
Next up is Sushtanga Kapali Asana. As you kneel down on the ground with your knees onto your arms, lean forward, place your head on the ground, raise your legs, and then cross them into Padmasana. Gaze towards your nose, visualize Swamiji in your inner space, and perform the Mula Bandha.
आसन गौगण कपाल आचौ होयि.
Gently lower your legs down and come to a kneeling position as you gaze to the tip of your nose. Keep your heels outside the hips and the toes touching behind. Visualize you're sitting in the secret seat with Paramashiva and Guru. Internally chant Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
जानर्वोरन्तरे पादौ कृत्वा पादौ च गोपयेत् पादोपरि च संस्थाप्य घोरं गुप्तासनं विदुः.
Next up is Vrikshasana 2. Placing your hands flat on the mat, now raise your legs up into a handstand. You can lean against the wall for support if needed, or ask a partner to assist you in the performance of this asana. This asana should be performed by everyone to purify their 7 chakras. As you visualize you are a tree with deep roots growing into the ground.
सप्तचक्रक्षालनाय वृक्षासनविशेषकान्.
Next up is Shiva Asana. From the same posture, now join your feet, gaze towards your third eye as you visualize that Tejas energy is flowing towards your third eye and rejuvenating your body.
दो बग जोई गुल माहिला गुल्प माहिला जोई. दो हाथ संपूव करे.
Now place your hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart, extend your feet back into a plank position. Lower your entire body down to the mat and then push it back up again and again. And you visualize yourself as a fish in Matsyasana 2.
निब्जं शयनं कोर्परो पार्श्वभागायां परिड्वाकृत्य हस्तलाभ्यां भूमिम् अवष्टभ्य वारं वारम् उड्डानं कुर्यात् मत्स्यासनं भवति.
Next up is Sarvasana 2. As you lay on your stomach, keep your hands on the hips and lift your chest from left to right as you visualize and move your body like a snake.
निब्जं शयनं कृत्वा हस्तमनुकम्बं संस्थाप्य पादौ दिगीकृत्य सम्मील्य उरसगन्तव्यं सर्पासनं भवति.
Next up is Nidhalambanasana. Now bring your elbows on the ground in front of your body, the toes pointing back. Rest your chin on your hands as you feel self-supported and completely independent.
कराभ्यां पङ्कजं कृत्वा तिष्ठेत् कूर्परया सुधीमुखमुन्नमनुच्चायि निरालम्बनमासनम्.
Next up is Chakrasana. Now place your hands flat on the mat and straighten your arms. Push your upper back backwards as you bend your knees and bring your feet up towards your upper back. Lift your head and visualize yourself as an umbrella protecting your guru from the sun rays.
अर्जासनवस्थित्वा हस्तलाभ्यां भूमिम् अवष्टभ्यमुन्नयात् छत्रासनं भवति.
Now come to a kneeling posture. With your feet flat, sit on the heels, extend your arms out in front, cup your palms, place them on the ground. Place your forehead on the ground as you gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as the weapon of Indra, symbolizing indestructibility. In Vajrasana.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु सुखप्रसवलाभाय प्रोच्यते प्राक्तने पति.
Next up is Meshasana. With your hands flat on the ground, now raise your hips up high. Alternate striking the ground with your hands as you experience yourself as powerful as a ram.
गजासनं स्थितौ एकैकं बाहुं भूमौ धारयेत् मेषासनं भवति.
Next up is Ajasana. From Gajasana, now raise your legs up and slowly lower and bring your forehead down towards the ground as you visualize yourself as unborn, existing for all eternity.
इदासनं स्थितौ ममतराले कृत्या मस्तकेन भूमिं स्पृष्टा अजासनं भवति.
Next up is Tanantarasana. Sitting in a kneeling posture, hold on to the big toes and pull them in towards your perineum. Then place your hands on top of the knees as you gaze to the tip of the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
पूर्वविजयहादाकी काकशीशोपनाशरामोडी.
Next up is the Angamuttanam. Now interlace your fingers in front and move your arms up, down, left, right, in all directions, giving massage to the joints and muscles of your body. Then interlock your fingers behind and again repeat the movement behind your back as well as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
हस्तयोरङ्गुलिर्बद्ध्वा हस्तयोर्मध्यात् सर्वम् अभङ्गं निक्षित्य तिष्ठेदङ्गमोत्तनम्.
Next up is Garudasana form. As you sit on your heels, turn the toes out towards the sides. Keep your hands on the knees and visualize yourself as Lord Garuda flying Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi on his back in Garudasana form.
जङ्गोर्भ्यां दरां पेड्यास्तिर्कायो द्विजानो जानुपरिकरद्वन्द्वा गरुडासनमुच्यते
The next asana is Ananda Mandirasana. Now join your feet together behind, bring the top of the feet flat, sit on the heels, and hold the ankles of the feet as you push the front of your buttocks on the ground. Gaze up towards your third eye and visualize yourself residing in the blissful space of a temple.
अथ वक्षे वीरनाथा आनन्दमन्दिरासनं यत्कृत्वा अमरो धीरो भवत्येवेह साधकः हस्तयुग्मं पादेशे पादयुग्मं प्रदापयेत्
Next up is Mandukasana 2. Now cross the soles of the feet and sit on the heels as you place your hands underneath your knees. Press your tongue up against the top of your mouth as you visualize yourself as a frog and perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha in Mandukasana 2.
पृष्ठं सम्पीड्य गल्पाभ्यां जान्वङ्गे सबलयाकृतिः हस्तौ पातले क्षिप्तौ मण्डूकं पाददोषहृदे
Next up is Narasimhasana. As you tuck your toes and sit on raised heels, bring the thumbs together with the fingers spread on the mat. Gaze to your nose, stick out your tongue, and exhale forcefully again and again, visualizing Narasimha, the lion man avatar of Lord Vishnu.
दो बनाबान हो यवेसे एडिमेल रगुड़ा निवेसे सुमशरीरनी का डहरावे नासा अग्रदृष्टि कौल्याबे
Next up is Vishlakasana. Now from the same posture, sitting on raised heels, cover your mouth with both your hands and bring your thumbs underneath the teeth, close your mouth and inhale through the right nostril and exhale through your mouth. Gaze to your nose as you visualize yourself as Devi, victorious over all your fears in Vishlakasana, gazing to the tip of your nose.
दो मगांकी एडी जो ई गाडाफनम वामनपनि हो ये
Next up is Makadasana. Now place the top of the feet flat on the mat. Sit on the heels. Bend your elbows to bring your fingers towards your armpits and imitate as if you are a monkey stretching itself as you gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a playful monkey in Makadasana.
दो पगदली संपुट आने तिनके पिष्टि भूमि परिडाने मूलद्वार एड्यां बरियावे मूढ़ाहा तू ऊंचा ठहरावे
Next up is Vajrasangarasana. Now tuck the toes and bring the soles of the feet together as you raise your knees and split them wide apart. Hold on to opposite elbows behind your back. Gaze to your nose and embody diamond-like strength for you and your Sangha, your spiritual community.
प्रथम बनाबान हो यवेसे दो वेर गूढ़ा निवेसे घोड़ाऊ बारा खेथीरा आड़े वाई पसारे धीरा
Next up is Kanjanasana. Now, cross your feet and sit on the ankles. Keep your hands on the ground next to your body, palms facing down. Gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize perfect health beyond any and all physical or mental ailments as you perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
कञ्जनासनमावक्षे यत्कृत्वा स्थिरो भवेत् पृष्ठे पादद्वयं बद्ध्वा स्तोभौमोपधारयेत्
From the same posture, now place your hands on top of the knees. gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize yourself as a turtle with a stable body and mind to live for centuries as you make your upper body and neck stiff like the shell of a turtle and gaze to your nose in Kurmasana.
गुल्बोधवर्षणस्यादौ उत्क्रमेण समाहितौर्जुकायश्चिरौ ग्रीवं कूर्मासनं तीरितम्.
Maintain the same posture. Keep your hands on the knees. Relax your back. Gaze to your nose as you visualize Swamiji in Yogasana.
गोढं नियम्य गुल्पाभ्यां व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितः योगासनं भवेदेति इति योगविदो विदुः.
Next up is Vijyogasana. Now stand on your knees and cross your feet behind. Bring the feet to opposite knees. Gaze to your nose as you hold your calves with your fingers inside and the thumbs outside. Gaze up towards your third eye and visualize a space of eternal oneness, Advaita, with your Guru.
गौडाम्बाम्नो अबोहो यी गौडा राखेदो यी दचपाद की पानी रहावे पनोवाम गौडा दिगिल्यावे.
Next up is Ushtrasana 2. Now stand on the knees with the feet flat. Hold onto your ankles as you lean back. Push your hips forward and tilt your head back all the way, visualizing yourself as a camel in Ushtrasana 2.
मेरुदण्डग्रन्थिदाढ्य संविपादये शुष्पमान् गभवतो अष्टासनाभ्यासं कुर्यान्मितहितासनः.
Next up is Jatyasana 2. With your feet and knees together, hold onto the soles of the feet. Lean back. Place your elbows on the ground, then the back of your head as you gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as a lotus blooming.
दो एड़े संबुड़गरे सोले मूल द्वारि दरिदरे पना पानी होकड़ हो ये बेसे बहुरी पिष्टि दिशकर जो ऐसे.
Next up is Viratasana. Hold onto the soles of the feet and lean back. Place the back on the ground and raise back up again and again. As you gaze to your nose, visualize the healing and liberation of all causal subtle forms of your body.
जंगाब्दिभूमो निधाय जंगोदरयोः ऊर्णि संस्थाप्य पृष्ठिवं संवारं वारं स्पृशेद् विराटासनं भवति.
Next up is Kapotasana. With your feet together, bring your arms above your shoulders as you lean back all the way. Place your forearms on the ground and bring your head in between the feet as you visualize yourself as a beautiful dove.
मेरुदण्डग्रन्थिदाढ्य संविपादये शुष्पमान्.
The next asana is Varasana. Now, stand on your knees with the toes tucked. Raise your hips up and hold on to opposite elbows as you gaze to your nose. This is the boon fulfilling posture. Now visualize Paramashiva in your inner space and receive your boon from Paramashiva as you internally chant Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
जाननी भूमौ संस्थाप्य हस्ताभ्यां बाहु परस्परं धृत्वा सरलं तिष्ठेत् वरासनं भवति.
Next up is Varahasana 2. With your toes tucked, place your perineum on the heels and lean forward and down, placing your forearms on the ground and resting your head on your hands. Visualize yourself as Varaha, the boar avatar of Lord Vishnu, in Varahasana 2.
सूर्यं चन्द्रं वेदनानि कथयन्ते कोर्परो भूमौ स्थापयित्वा.
Next up is Mundasana. From the same posture, bring your elbows shoulder width apart on the ground. Interlock your fingers. Place your head on the ground, supported with your hands as you walk your feet forward. Raise your hips and then stretch your legs up straight. Gazing to the nose and visualizing yourself as a lob tree as you calmly breathe through your nose in Mundasana.
अधो मुण्डासनं वक्ष्ये सर्वेषां प्राणिनां सुखम् ऊर्ध्वमार्गेव ते दत्त्वा धारयन्मारुतं सतिः.
Lower your body back down. Straight, come to a kneeling posture and bring your head in between the knees, holding onto your head with both hands. Bring the elbows outside the knees as you gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम पगतली समडहरावे कौरमाहिनी उभय मिलावे पनापानि हुकड़ कर जुबेसे दो वेड़ गोड़ानि बेसे.
Next up is Viparita Shalabhasana. Lay down on your stomach and extend your arms up above your head. Hold on to weights if you want to intensify this asana. As you lift your arms, legs, and your entire chest off the ground, by the strength of your lower back, visualize yourself as a locust.
शलभासनं वेदाश्च बेरुण्डनामके गन्धभेरुण्डशैले शीर्षदण्डासनं तथा.
Now place your hands flat on the ground next to your hips and bring your forehead on the ground. As you lift your legs up, visualize a skull representing the mind with purified thoughts and the strong will to attain enlightenment in Kapalasana, the skull posture.
कपालं भौमनिधाय ऊर्ध्वं पादौ नयेत् कपालासनं भवति.
Next up is Akasha Kapotasana. As you lay on your stomach with your hands flat, raise your hips and your legs up. Bring the feet over top of your head and touch them to the ground as you visualize yourself as a free and open dove.
उष्ट्रासने स्थित्वा चरणौ भूमे रुत्थाप्यामस्तकोपरि नीत्वा पृष्ठपादेशेन भूमौ स्थापयेत्.
Next up is Chatakasana. From a kneeling position, now lean forward and down. Place your forearms on the ground and rest your navel on your knees. Visualize yourself as a sparrow as you breathe calmly through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka.
कूर्परापर्यन्तौ हस्तौ धरामवष्टभ्यजानुनीनाभौ सङ्कुच्य तिष्ठेथं चटकासनं भवति.
Next up is Vrishikasana 2. Now, with your forearms on the ground, raise your hips up and bring your legs over your body. Try to touch the back of your head with your feet as you visualize yourself as a scorpion.
वश्चीवपुच्छः प्रतिमाङ्घ्रिपार्ष्णि धृत्वा सुशीर्षे चिबुकं विदार्य कौयत्रेति सन्तिष्ठति साधकस्त्व विशावहं वृश्चिकसंयमासनम्.
Now sit down on the right heel with the left foot outside the hip, toes pointing to the side. As you keep your hands in front of the knees, visualize a bull in your inner space and breathe in Antaranga Kumbhaka. Inhale forcefully, hold your breath for a short while, then slowly exhale again through the nose in Vrishasana, the bull posture.
याम्यगल्पे पादमूले वामभागे पदेतरं विपरीतं स्पृशेत् भूमौ वृषासनमिदं भवेत्.
Next up is Lolasana. With your hands flat on the mat, now lift your knees off the mat, cross the toes of the left foot over the right, and visualize yourself. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you breathe in Antaranga Kumbhaka.
लोलासनं सदा कुर्यात् वायुलोलापघातनात्.
Now place the perineum onto the left heel with the right foot outside the hip. Repeat Vrishasana, the bull posture on the other side.
याम्यगल्पे पादमूले वामभागे पदेतरं विपरीतं स्पृशेत् भूमिं वृषासनमिदं भवेत्.
Next up is Balagunasana. As you tuck the toes of the left foot, sit on the raised left heel. Place the right foot flat on the mat and keep the knee raised. Keep your hands on the knees and visualize Balagunahai, one of the 84 siddhas in your inner space.
आसन गौगण जल विकार जाइए.
Next up is Grahasana. As you stand on the mat, squat down and bring your arms in and around the knees, holding on to the ankles of your feet from the outside. As you visualize yourself as the entire planet.
पातले भूमौ संस्थाप्य ध्यानमध्ये गौर्भरौ संस्थाप्य गुल्पप्रदेशो दत्त्वा तिष्ठेत् ग्रहासनं भवति
Now repeat Balagunasana on the other side. Squat down onto the right heel, keep the left foot flat and your hands on the knees, visualizing Balaguna high.
आसन का गण जल विकार जाए.
Next up is Utkatasana. Step both the feet in, sit on raised heels, keep the knees together, hands on the knees, holding onto weights if you want to intensify this asana, as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
यास्विजोस्ति यत ऊर्ध्वजान यत्रासने.
Next up is Vajrasangarasana 2. Now squat with the feet flat, with the feet together. Sit on raised heels, keep the knees apart and hold on to opposite elbows behind your back as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम बनावान हो यजेसे दो वेड़ गोड़ा निवेसे गोड़ा उबारा खेदिया आरे वायु सारे धीरा.
Next up is Anilasana. Now place your palms flat on the mat and place your heels onto your hands. Your arms straight, squat down all the way, gaze to your nose as you visualize you are able to consume and live off of air alone.
दो हाथ भूमि पर डाने कहनी जारी ना बिलंग आने.
Next up is Padukasana. Now place the back side of your hands on the mat and step your feet onto your hands. Wrap your hands around the feet like shoes as you walk around on the mat, visualizing yourself wearing padukas and walking across India.
हस्ततलयोः पादतले कृत्वा तिष्ठेत् गच्छेत् पादुकासनं भवति.
Next up is Kukkutoddanasana. As you place your hands flat on the mat, jump your feet up and let them fall back down again and again as you visualize yourself as a rooster.
हस्ततलाभ्यां भौमौ कृत्वा पातलाभ्याम् ऊर्ध्वं मुण्डानं कृत्वा भौम पतेत् इत्थं पुनः पुनः कुर्यात् कुक्कुटोड्डानं भवति.
Next up is Viparita Nrityasana. As you stand on the mat, place your hands flat on the ground and jump your legs up into a handstand. Dance around on two hands as you feel yourself become free of all inhibitions.
हस्ततले भूमौ कृत्वा
The next asana is Kunjarasana. Now separate your feet and place one hand on the ground with the arm straight, holding it with the opposite hand. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
अथवक्षे महादेवा कुञ्जरासनमुत्तमं करेणैकेन पादाभ्यां भूमौ तिष्ठेत् चिरहकरः.
Now place the other hand on the ground. Repeat Kunjarasana.
महादेवा कुञ्जरासनमुत्तमं करेणहकरः.
Next up is Kadambasana. Now squat down and hold your ankles with your hands. As you lift your feet off the ground, visualize yourself as a Kadamba tree, a pious tree that promotes a long life.
पार्श्वेभ्यां भूमिम् अवचभ्य हस्तद्वयेन गुल्पौ धृत्वा तिष्ठेत् कदम्ब भवति.
We move on to Pavana Muktasana. Now keep the feet flat and pull your knees against your chest with your hands as you Visualize any excess water being released from a balance within your system.
द्वयोस्तु पादयोः पानिं लात्वा सुस्वनितम्बके जाननी वक्षसि साधुर्बर्हीकरवन्दने
The next asana is Chakodasana. Now lift one leg behind your neck and extend the opposite leg up as you place your hands on the ground and lift your entire body off the mat. Gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a powerful source of energy.
पूर्वतानं चतुष्पादं पीठं वज्रासनं तथा चकोरक्रं च शलभभुजङ्गम् अपि वृश्चिकम्.
Next up is Dhanurasana 2. Now keep one leg extended and the opposite leg bent. Hold both the big toes in Prana Mudra and pull the foot of the bent leg towards your ear as you visualize yourself as a bow.
पादाङ्गुष्ठौ दबाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा शरणावधि धनुराकर्षकाकृष्टं धनुरासनमीरितम्.
Next up is Ashtavakrasana. Now bring the left leg over top of the left shoulder. Hook the right foot over the left and extend the legs out to the side. Lean forward, find balance, extend your legs off to the side as you visualize yourself as a flying crane.
वासिष्ठमदकौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकोक्कडमेव च अष्टावक्रमतोत्थानं मयोरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
Next up is Pranasana. Now place one foot onto the opposite thigh, opposite leg, opposite foot flat on the mat with the knee raised. Bring your shoulder beneath the raised knee and gaze to your third eye as you visualize you are immortal and able to exist solely on prana.
एतत् प्रभेदं वक्ष्यामि करोति यस्य च अमरः एकपादमरो बद्ध्वा स्कन्धेऽन्यपादरक्षणम्.
Now bring one foot to the opposite hip. Twist your back if you're not the master.
वामोर्मूलार्पितदक्षपादो जानोर्बहिर्वेष्टितदक्षदोष्णा प्रगृह्यतिष्ठेत् परिवर्तिताङ्गः श्रीमत्स्यनाथोदितमासनं स्यात्.
Now repeat Chakrasana on the other side. Lift the other leg behind your neck, extend the opposite leg forward, place your hands on the mat, lift your entire body up off the ground as you gaze up towards your third eye and visualize yourself as a powerful source of energy.
पूर्वतानं चतुष्पादं पीठं वज्रासनं तथा चकोरक्रं च शलभं भुजङ्गम् अपि वृश्चिकम्.
Next up is Dhanurasana 2. Now hold onto the big toes and pull the other foot towards your ear as you visualize yourself as a bull.
पादाङ्गुष्ठौ दबाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा शरणावधि धनुराकर्षकाकृष्टं धनुरासनमीरितम्.
Hook the opposite leg over top of the shoulder, foot over top of the opposite. Extend the legs out to the side as you lean forward, find balance. Lift your body off the ground as you visualize yourself as a flying crane.
वासिष्ठमदकौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकोक्कडमेव च अष्टावक्रमतोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
Next up is Pranasana on the other side. Now place the opposite foot onto the thigh, bring your shoulder beneath the raised knee, and gaze to your third eye as you visualize you are immortal and able to exist solely on prana.
एतत् प्रभेदं वक्ष्यामि करोति यस्य चामरः एकपादमरो बद्ध्वा स्कन्देन्यपादरक्षणम्.
Next up is Paramashivoham on the other side. Now place the foot to the opposite hip, step the other foot over top of the knee, twist your elbow outside, and bring your arm below, interlocking your fingers behind your back as you gaze to your third eye and visualize the great sage and yogi, Matsindranath, master of Hatha Yoga.
बहिर्वेष्टितदक्षदोष्णा प्रगृहीतमासनं स्यात्.
The next asana is Ardha Paschimottanasana. Press one heel against your perineum and extend the opposite leg forward as you lean down and hold onto the front foot with both hands. Visualize Swamiji and breathe in Jiva Chala Kumbhaka. Hold your breath and move the prana freely throughout your system.
एकं पादं प्रसारे एकं पादस्य पार्श्विना अश्विने.
Next up is Kraunchasana. Bring the top of the left foot outside the hip, the foot flat, knee down, and hold onto the front foot and lift it up in front of your face. As you keep the knee straight, visualize yourself as a crane.
वासिष्ठमदगौण्डिन्यं मोर्दगोक्कलमेव च अष्टावक्रमदोतानं मयोरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
Now repeat Ardha Paschimottanasana on the other side. Press the other heel against the perineum, lean forward and down, hold onto the front foot leg as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
एकं पादं प्रसारे एकं पादस्य पार्श्विना अश्विनी.
Now repeat Kraunchasana on the other side. Now bring the right foot outside the hip, hold onto the left foot and lift it up as you visualize yourself as a crane, Krauncha in Kraunchasana.
वासिष्ठमदगौण्डिन्यं मोर्दगोक्कलमेव च अष्टावक्रमदोतानं मयोरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
Next up is Svastikasana. Now bring your feet in between the thighs and calves. As you keep your hands on the knees, gaze to your nose, and embody peace, well-being, good fortune, and prosperity as you visualize a swastika.
जानर्वोरन्तरे सम्यक् कृत्वा पातले उभयर्जुकाय समासीर स्वस्तिकं तत्प्रचक्षिते.
Next up is Gorakshasana. Now cover your tuck your chin to the chest and perform the Mula Bandha. Gaze to your nose and visualize the great sage Goraknath, founder of the Natha Yoga Hindu Sampradaya.
जानर्वोरन्तरे पादौ कृत्वा पादौ च गोपयेत्.
The next asana is Pagasana too. Now place the left heel against the perineum and the right foot on top of the left thigh. Gaze up towards your third eye. Visualize Swamiji and meditate on Arihanta, the enlightened one, as you inhale all the way and close your mouth with little and fingers, ears with your thumbs in Shanmukhi Mudra.
स्थाप्य दक्षाग्रं वामजगन्.
Next up is Yogasana too. Now keep your feet on top of opposite knees and place your hands on the ground next to your body, palms facing up. Gaze to your nose, visualize Swamiji. Shape your mouth bring your mouth in the shape of the beak of a crow and stick your tongue out, roll it up and inhale through the rolled up tongue in Kakacham Trikumbhaka in Yogasana too.
उत्तानौ चरणौ कृत्वा स्थाप्योपरि जाननौ आसनोपरि संस्थाप्य चोत्तानं करयुग्मकम्.
Next up is Urdhva Kukutasana. As you rotate your hands outside the body, place your palms on the ground and lift your entire body off the mat. visualize yourself as a rooster.
वासिष्ठमतकौण्डिन्यं मूर्तकुक्कुटमेव च.
Next up is Siddha Haratali Asana. Keep your hands in between the legs. Place them flat on the ground without lifting your body off the mat. Stay seated. Gaze to your nose. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथमपद्मासनकरे हस्ततो गोडासन्धिधरे.
Next up is Hamsasana. Now push your hands into the mat and lift your body up. Balance on your arms as you gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as an elegant swan.
कुक्कुटासनस्थित्वा स्कन्दपर्यन्तम् ओरोण नीत्वा तिष्ठितं शासनं भव.
Mukasana. Now push your hands through and down, place your forehead on the ground, and interlock your as you visualize Mukasana.
प्रतो गोडासन्धिमाहि करिधरे.
Next up is Kurmasana 2. Now sit and bring your arms in between the legs. Bend your elbows so you can reach for your shoulders with your hands. Now visualize yourself as a turtle with a stable body and mind to live for hundreds of years in Kurmasana 2.
वामी जंगपर दक्षिण पावा दहिनी जंगपर बामिल्यावे.
Next up is Granthi Bedasana. From this posture, now tuck your chin to the chest and gaze to your nose with joy, knowing you're sitting in Shiva's secret knot posture.
अथ वक्षे नीलकण्ठ ग्रन्थिभेदासनं शुभं ज्ञात्वा रुद्रोपवेक्षिप्रं सूक्ष्म.
Roll onto your back. Maintain the same posture on its back in Uttana Kurmasana.
आसनबन्धस्थं कराभ्यां दृतगन्धरं पीडं कूर्मवदुत्थानं हेतुदुत्थानकूर्मकम्.
Now sit back up into Padmasana. Bring your hands in between the legs. Place one palm flat on the mat and hold its wrist with the other hand. As you mat, lift your body up and balance as you visualize yourself as a rooster in Pangu Kukkutasana.
कुक्कुटासनमच्चित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्यामणिबन्धं धृत्वा हस्ततलेन भूमिम् अवष्टभ्य तिष्ठेत् पङ्गकुक्कुटं भवति.
Now place the other hand on the ground. Repeat and on the other side.
कुक्कुटासनमच्चित्वा एकेन हस्त्वा हस्ततलेन भूमिम् अवष्टभ्य तिष्ठेत् पङ्गकुक्कुटं भवति.
Next up is Gurukasana. As you sit and place your elbows down on the interlock your fingers in Parashvamudra. As you rest your chin on the hands and press your thumbs against your throat, visualize you have gone beyond all greed and covetous.
जानर्वरन्तरे बाधौ उत्थानो व्यक्तसंस्थितौ.
Next up is Padmasana 3. Maintain Padmasana. Place one palm over the other with the palms facing upwards in your lap. Engage all the bandhas as you gaze through the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
उत्थानौ चरणौ विधाय विधिवत् शक्तिस्थौ योगिरात्.
Next up is Padmasana 4. Now place your hands on top of the knees. Gaze to your nose and visualize Paramashiva in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha and internally chant Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
एतत् पद्मासनं कुर्यात् प्राणवायुप्रसिद्धये शुभासनं सदा ध्यायेत् पूरयित्वा पुनः पुनः.
Next up is Karmukasana 2. Keep one hand on the respective knee and hook the other hand around the big toe in Prana Mudra, rotating the big toe round and round as you visualize yourself as Lord Shiva's bow Then repeat the movement on the other side as well.
अदान्यासनमावक्ष्ये योगपूरकरक्षणात् कृत्वा पद्मासनं पाद अंष्टजङ्घयो स्थितम्.
Next up is Karmakasana 3. Now cross your arms behind your back and hold on to opposite big toes. As you gaze to your nose, visualize yourself as Pinaka, Lord Shiva's bowl.
कर्मुकासनमाक्षित्य उदरे पूरये सुखं तदा वायुर्वसो याति कालेन सूक्ष्मवायुना.
Maintain the same posture, lift your chest, gaze up towards your third eye as you visualize yourself as the action of Paramashiva's third eye, destroying anything you come across in Dridhasana.
औरभ्याम परिस्थाप्य पादयुग्मं प्रयत्नतः दक्षिणं सव्यदेशे च सव्यं दक्षिणदेशके.
Now roll onto your back. Keep your arms crossed behind your back, legs in Padmasana, hold onto the big toes if you can. As you gaze to the nose, visualize yourself as a snake and calmly breathe through your nose in Sahajra Kumbhaka in Nagrasana.
प्रथम पद्मासन कोडाने दो हाथ पाचाने आने पाद अंगोडा बगड़े आनी सोबे कहूं कुल्या पानी.
Now free your arms and legs. Pull your hands and bring your chin towards the knees as you squeeze your body into a ball in Kandukasana.
वेत्रासने स्थित्वा हस्तपादान् निष्कुष्य ऊर्ध्वं नयेत् पृष्ठवं चेन भूमिं पोतयेत् कन्दुकासनं भवति.
Next up is Utpavanasana. Place your feet flat on the mat and interlock your fingers behind your neck. Gaze to the nose as you breathe calmly and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथमसोदो सैन कलावे गोडा उवाराशे मिलावे गुल्पमाहिला अंगुष्ठदो ईकरे एकसमेल रसोया.
Now bring upturned palms underneath your heels. Step your heels onto your hands as you push your hips up. Tuck your chin to the chest. Contract the perineal floor. Breathe in Mocha Kumbhaka as you visualize yourself as a powerful alpha ape in Marakata Pitasana.
उत्तानशयनं पातले उत्तानहस्तयोः स्थापयेत् पृष्ठभागमुत्तरमय्येत् मर्कटपीठं भवति.
Now bring your hands to the lower back and push your hips up. Straighten your legs. Point the toes as you rest your entire body on your elbows. Gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Uttana Shikipita.
जङ्गोर्बलहीनश्चेत् उत्तानश्किबीडकम् अप्रमत्तः प्रकुर्वीत भुक्ते प्राग्विजितेन्द्रियः.
Now raise your legs up straight. Point your toes upwards and keep your arms flat on the mat for support as you visualize yourself blissfully traversing through Naraka Loka unscathed in Narakasana.
ग्रीवागण्डेन भूमिं विस्तम्भ पादाग्रद्वयं मूर्धमूर्तयेत् नरकासनं भवति.
Next up is Tiryan Naukasana. Now bring your hands to the lower back. Straighten your body and lower and angle your legs down. Engage your core intensely as you visualize yourself Tiryan Naukasana.
तिर्यन्नां नयेत् तिर्यन्नौकासनं भवति.
Now straighten your legs back up. Place your hands flat on the mat and visualize yourself as the Kailasa flag, respected across all nations in Dvajasana.
तिर्यन्नौकावत् ग्रीवापृष्ठगोर्परैः भूमिम् अवष्टभ्यमस्तकला केशेन पादाग्रद्वयम् ऊर्ध्वनयेत् ध्वजासनं भवति.
Now lower your body down, flat on the mat. Lay on your back with your arms by the side of your hips, palms facing up. In the final asana of this sequence, perform the Shakti Charan Mudra. Pull the Kundalini Shakti up along your spine all the way from Muladhara to Sahasrara Chakra in Vriddhasana. Relax. Unclutch from any internal or external movements. As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space, visualize your body is dead and Swamiji is liberating you. As you internally chant Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
उत्तानं शभावद्भौमो शयनं दोषवासनं शवासनं श्रमहरं चित्तविश्रान्तिकारणम्.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasudashiva. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda Om Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Ananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda.
Now slowly return to your physical body. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, your wrists and your ankles, your elbows and your knees. Pull your knees up towards your chest, your body from side to side, and slowly return to a comfortable seat. Congratulations, you complete the krama, all 308 asanas of the sequence. Now get ready for the power manifestation session, as we are going to move on immediately to manifest the Shaktis of Paramashiva. With the Kundalini Shakti awakened now, let us all get ready for the power manifestation. For this, let us all sit straight with our head, neck, and spine in the straight line, hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of the heart center. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as we chant the Purna mantra. Om Purna Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Padukar Panamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you all, Nityanandam.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasudashiva. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nityananda Shivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गहनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्याधिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि
Nityananda, I welcome each one of you. For all the participants for participating, the Paramashivoham Level 1, Level 2, and the Level 3 participants for this exciting power manifestation session. For all the participants who are watching us across different social media Zooms and social media platforms, as we now manifested the 308 asanas directly blessed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the Pratama Vinyasa Krama and the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, to complete 308 asana sequence. Now, let us all get ready as we're going to enter the power manifestation, manifesting the Shaktis of Paramashiva. Today, we are going to manifest the power of third eye, ability to read and see with our eyes completely blindfolded. So let us all get ready for that. Please bring your eye bands, pen and paper, and please be seated. Make sure you have everything ready with you for the power manifestation session. All the alchemy products, the Jnananjana, Atmalinga, Swamiji's deities, any blessed Swamiji's deities which you have, any alchemy products which you feel that you have it in and around you, please bring it. Be seated. Especially, please bring your eye bands, pen and paper, and please be seated. Let's take a few moments for that. As we're entering in today's day 7 of today's Paramashivoham Levels, as today is auspicious day of Diwali itself, Swamiji, who is incarnation of Bhagavan Paramashiva, is going to bless all of us, raise our consciousness to the next level. Yes. So now let us all listen to the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference to manifest the power of third eye, as how every day I was mentioning that every single power manifestation, all the guided power manifestation signs, which is directly blessed and guided to each one of you. It can be the power of consciousness over matter, the power of body scanning, the power of third eye, the power of height, weight, ability to move an object on a silicon. All the 21 plus powers which has been guided us through this Paramashivoham complete free of cost program is directly blessed by Bhagavan Paramashiva himself. Shiva himself tells in the Vedas and Agamas, where all these power manifestations is real, and it has benefits within our own inner space and our body and mind, where we can raise our consciousness to the next level. So this Shastra Pramana, the verse is directly from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. I'll be reciting that verse, mentioning that this power manifestation is real and it can be manifested now just by an initiation from Swamiji. All of us know that for past 6 to 7 days we are all getting various different initiations from Swamiji, blessing and raising our space. We have already received the initiation to manifest the power of third eye as well. Now let me recite the Shastra Pramana, the translation, and then I will guide you step by step for the power manifestation. Kapalantarmano nyasya tishthanmilitalochanaha kramena manasodhadyad lakshayed lakshamuttamam. Yes. So the translation goes for this very verse is by fixing the mind on inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having your eyes closed in succession. By that stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Lakshyam, by having vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source, Paramashiva, for all of us, Swamiji himself. Now let us all move on to the power manifestation itself. As today we want to manifest third eye. The only powerful condition which you need to hold for this entire 21 minutes of power manifestation session is keep yourself vibrating always with the Mahavakya. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Somebody says when you be untouched, just don't bother what is happening in and around you, your own inner space, your thoughts, or any kind of disturbances which you feel it is happening in and around you. Just be untouched as Paramashiva. Be untouched as how Swamiji is. Sit and keep the Mahavakya, keep going on inside you. So hold to the powerful condition. Now please blindfold yourself. Please close your eyes. Please keep your eyes closed. put on your eye bags as we're going to begin the first round of the power manifestation. Now visualize Swamiji in your third eye. Any form of Swamiji is you like. Visualize him for a few minutes. And then chant the Mahavakya along with me. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nityananda.
Now, let us all relax. Please open your eyes, requesting all the participants to please relax and take off your eye bags. As the first round of the power manifestation has been completed, please take off your eye bags. Now let's take a few minutes to write down all our answers. Pen down all our answers so you can type out as well on the Zoom chat telling what is Swamiji is revealing to all of us through our third eye, but what is your third eye is revealing in this first round of the power manifestation. Let's give a few moments to please write out everything down in detail Whatever Paramashiva, whatever your third eye is showing you, please write everything down. And Swamiji very beautifully tells that this power of third eye, it's not just keeping our eyes closed and reading something which is there in front of you, but ability to even see across thousands of kilometers away to see what is happening, what's the exact situation which is happening, even like the complete movie itself. But as we keep practicing, we are going to reach to that level of power manifestation, the power of third eye. Now, as we want to see what is there in front of me, what is that in my screen which has been projected, what is the image which is there? It can be colors, it can be objects, whatever Swamiji is showing you, please start writing everything down. Few more seconds are there. Yes, sorry for the technical glitch. As you can see, this is the image chosen for all of us for this first round of the power manifestation. As you can see, this is the image. There's like many different fruits which are there in the basket. There's banana, there is apple, there is grapes as well in this picture. You can see there's red, yellow, green, and the basket is in brown in color. So if you're able to connect and see, yes, this is what I've been manifesting, and this is what Swamiji is showing me. You can type out your answers now in the Zoom chat. Share your experience telling, yes, this is what Swamiji is revealing to me. And this is the image. And let's verify now with whatever we have written. Yes. So now let's move on to the round 2 of the power manifestation. The second round as well, we have the round 2. For those of you who feel that I want to manifest more, I want to like continuously do. Every single day, spend 21 minutes in this power manifestation. This is like a glimpse of manifesting, guided power manifestation session for the 21 minutes. But every single day, be it whether you have the power manifestation or no, whether you are busy in your office hours or no, but spend 21 minutes every single day in whatever power which you like that you want to actually manifest per day. Within the 21st day, somebody said that you will actually start to manifest that very power manifestation. And now as we enter into the round 2, again I'm going to project some random images. It can be anything. So it's going to be a second round of the power manifestation. Requesting all the participants to again please keep your eyes closed. Please put on your eye bands. Please close your eyes. Visualize Swamiji in your very inner space. Any form of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as you are keeping your eyes closed. Do not expect anything out of third eye. Do not expect that how you're going to manifest, whether you're going to correct or is it the right way how I'm seeing. Not at all. Do not have any judgments or do not have second thought current about this very power manifestation, because you are not doing anything at all. You're just allowing Swamiji to flow through you, and the power manifestation is happening. As we're keeping our eyes closed now, let us all chant the Mahavakya along with me. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om
Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Yes. Now requesting all the participants, as the round 2 of the power manifestation is completed, for this complete 21 minutes of the power manifestation which we are having now, please relax and take off your right hands. Please open your eyes. Please open your eyes. Yes. Now please write down all your answers. Write everything down, whatever Swamiji is showing you through your third eye for this second round of the power manifestation. Make sure you write everything down. Please start writing everything down. Or even you can type out your answers as well in the Zoom chat, telling, yes, this is what Paramashiva. This is what Swamiji is showing me. This is the color, this is the image, this is the object which Swamiji is showing me for the second round of the power manifestation. Please start writing everything down.
Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Yes. So now let us all move on to see what is the image chosen for all of us for the second round of the power manifestation, so we can actually go ahead and verify, see what we have written. So as you can see, this is the image. It's again a fruit. I mean, not a fruit, but there's many fruits are there, like 10 to 15 strawberries are there, which is in this photo. It's all red color and green color as well in the second round of the power manifestation. So now quickly go ahead and check and verify to see what we have manifested in the second round of the power manifestation. And as we are coming to the conclusion of this complete 21 minutes manifesting the powers of Paramashiva, let us all take a few minutes of our time to go ahead and onto our social media and share our experiences, what we have been manifesting for this past 21 minutes. What breakthroughs did we have? What did Swamiji actually is revealing to all of us for this complete first and the second round of the power manifestation? Make sure you're tagging Swamiji, whether you're going to Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or any social media platforms. As today we have a long way to go to receive Swamiji in the Bhavasmaya Darshan of Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let us all prepare ourselves as we move on to the next session. Thank you. Nityanandam.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Om Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Sit as Paramashiva. Inhale and exhale deeply with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands. Visualize, meditate, connect with him. He is a living, alive being. Drop your form into his form and dissolve. Remember, you are a Sarupya Mukta, means your form is dissolved into his form. All my disciples, now I am initiating Salokya Mukti, Samipya Mukti, Sarupya Mukti, Sayujya Mukti. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham